allow the two children to have the budget every year.
It's okay. Off your mind. It's okay.
She
Off your mind.
like me.
Chai! Now wow, people wey suppose talk truth to power don't off mic. And if we talk, now 500,000 they go summer us, call them hate speech. But fear not, my ego don't come. Ingo torchlight every corner, nooks and cranny of all these bad people where they spoil our country. So my people make we laugh, my ego don't come, my people make we shout, my ego don't come, my ego don't come, man of the masses, my ego don't come, my ego diary politico, my ego don't come, this one not the off in mind, my ego don't come, and in the touchlight every corner, my ego don't come. Okay, some people be they holla say they want the power. Chai, them be promise us say we go get light and power. Them hustle sote they can't get the power. But now they know they do anything with the power. Every day, dollar just they get the higher power over Naira. Still them talk say make we off mind. But thank God say my ego don't come. So my people make you ladder. My ego don't come. My people make we shout. My ego don't come. My ego don't come, man of the masses. My ego don't come. My ego diary politico. My ego don't come. This one not day off in mind. My ego don't come. Person where they do evil, no one make person talk. Them say that my yegun, that man too they talk. He too they talk. Say my yegun diary, he they hot like pepper. But every day then they take money in bulk. Woman picking, they the street they hawk. Still them talk say make we no talk. But thank God say my yegun don't come. So my people make you laugh. My yegun don't come. My people make you shout. My yegun don't come. Man of the masses, my ego don't come. My ego now I'm more.
Hello there.
Ayé fún àwa mọ̀, táwọn tó dòdòdò. Ayé fún ti dé ọ̀rẹ́ ara yìí. Lórí Facebook, lórí YouTube. Gbogbo bó ṣe ń lọ ni máa ń já wa sí. Àṣírí ọ̀jẹ̀lú kì í kó níbẹ̀ o. Bó bá ṣe àyí máa ṣe kó máa wí. Wọ́n sì tún ṣe eré pàápàá níbẹ̀ o.
Thank you very much for joining me again tonight from wherever you are watching from. It is Mayegun Live. Take your time and read the caption of the broadcast, the description of the broadcast. Share it. Invite your friends, invite your not so friendly friends, and tell them that Mayegun is live. Thank you. Today, tonight we will be talking or discussing the two businesses from Nigeria and then their direct benefit and otherwise, like probing generally because somehow, they are both products of a failed system. One is for you, the other is against you. Probably you will know better after watching this. Any Yoruba Ponu as a friend or family member, the Ronukus, the Ronu Nazis, tell them that Mayegun is live. I don't know if a lot of you have seen or heard this, right? The ex-convict, Adeyinka Grandiot, he has now released a list of the citizens class in Yoruba land. First class, second class, third class, fourth class, and all of that. The lunatic is back. Just thought you should know. Now, Motide. So, good morning to you once again, and good afternoon to you. Good evening to you from wherever you are joining me from. It is Mayegun Live. Tonight, we are starting from what should have been, in fact, what is meant to be a great news until it got to the stable or the faces of the Ronukus, and they turn it into a tribal ethnic championship and all that, okay? And that's why we are starting with that. Airpeace. I mean, it's not new. So Airpeace is the Nigeria international airline that has remained local flyer for a very long time due to the systemic corruption, as well as the systemic profiling, ethnic, tribal, religious, and other ridiculous sentiments that have sort of held them down for years. It was pure politics. And that is why when Buhari was there, Adisirika, your Minister of Aviation, found comfort or was comfortable with making a scam, a fraudulent deal with Ethiopian Airlines just to please help them fly a flag or a painted aircraft that will look like Nigeria Air to deceive the gullible, humbled slaves of Nigeria. Until last minute, they thought there was actually Nigeria here. I mean, I hear Nigeria coming from those criminals. However, it was Allen Onyema who kind of told the world that, listen, in just 2 days of them finally breaking into that Lagos route for other known international airlines in Nigeria to crash their prices by more than 250%. We'll get to that one. But that is Allen, an Igbo businessman who is also pro-Nigeria. He is a one Nigerianist. So I'm not calling here for anybody's pity party or what have you, okay? I just want you to kind of pay attention, all right? And see how systemic profiling, ethnic, tribal profiling that has become part and parcel of the rotten establishment called the government in Nigeria. I have given evidence of the Cold War between the rest of Nigeria and the Igbos. A lot of people love to deny it until they become victims, and they no longer want to deny the fact that in Nigeria of today, as much as all of us are endangered species under the criminals who have taken over the entire place. The Igbo's endangerment is kind of different. It is like a, institutionalized hatred against the Igbos. I'm saying this not because I want you watching me as an Igbo man to feel like, oh, a Yoruba man is saying this. Truth, it's not a Yoruba man saying it. It is a fact. The fact is that an institutionalized racism or institutionalized ethnicism or tribalism, if you want to call it, against the Igbos is more prevalent and more pronounced in that system called Nigeria. But nevertheless, there are never stopped so many other Igbos like that who have managed to break into their circle to continue to claim one Nigeria and deny their Igbo-ness. Onyema is one of them, okay? Or again, the same system, all right, has kind of come around and say, well, you know what, the wait is over. It wasn't for Onyema, all right? It is actually for supposedly Nigerians who were supposed to actually benefit or take advantage of the size of the country, the population of the country, and so many other things that local businesses could have taken advantage of that to build so well that raping Nigerians off for decades now will probably never have happened. In fact, it could have been one of the greatest source of your forex and saving your naira. Unfortunately, the business is owned by an Igbo man. They can't trust them. Do you understand? If you allow an Igbo man to begin to fly international flights, it will just be a matter of time before, it's just going to be a matter of time before you can no longer control or curtail that business anymore. And it will become so big enough that if the same way of treating, businesses in Nigeria is meted at him, right, it's probably going to be easy for him to move to somewhere else. So do not let him grow that big. Onyema was doing a charity with his business. He would volunteer because Nigeria has no national carrier. So Onyema will volunteer his aircraft to go and bring back Nigerians trapped in different parts of the world. Yet, Buhari's government no give him any attention. He was telling them that what you are giving to Ethiopia, and Ethiopian Airlines, we will do it here cheaper and it will work for Nigeria. So the taxes we are going to make from this, the money we are going to make from this, the taxes are going to be paid to Nigeria. Think about that. So they ignored him. I'm coming to the recent development, okay? So why people like him continue to scrap for crumb from the system, from the establishment, using that little crumb to actually build something that ordinarily should be the pride. Well, Nigeria is a country where a lot of us, Nigeria is a country where people who have nothing in common are forced to live together, but we can't live together. Nigeria is a country where we can't wait to kill ourselves. You understand? But we may appear to the rest of you all over the world. All right? When you see Nigeria, say, Nigerians, Nigerians are this, whatever you see Nigerians as, good, bad, whatever. Listen to me, we are not one in that place. It is a place where if nothing is done soon enough, right? It is a country that is going to witness a serious, tribal ethnic genocide that will take place and rock the entire Africa. The deceit is a little bit hidden from the rest of the world, but if you come closer, you will know this, okay? We are a country where we can't wait to kill ourselves, okay? And in most cases, right, somebody even said the only reason why, Nigerians don't agree on anything, but the only subject or title that the rest of Nigeria seems to agree with, I'm not saying all of us now, but the generality, seems that the only sort of a topic that, or subject that all of us agree on is to continue to profile the Igbos and then deny it, and then do it, and then deny it. So it was this Allen Onyema earpiece are also exposed that too. While a lot of people were so happy, oh, Nigeria Air Peace is going to be flying Nigerian flag to London within 24 hours. The same route that they were flying for 2,000 pounds, 1,800 pounds. This guy came, crashed it to to 1,000 pounds, under 1,000 pounds for economic flight, right? They said it was impossible. And guess what? British Airways, Virgin Airways or airline or whatever, all these other ones, Egypt here, Morocco here, all of them, they are usually kind of been swindling Nigerians. They crashed their prices just within 24 hours of the first maiden flight of this guy. That means it's something that could have been done years ago. But because we, you know what I mean? We have to be very careful. We give economic power to, because according to them, APC, Egbekebe, was supposed to come in, all right, destroy every Igbo business everywhere. Take over whichever one they can take over. And they did try. Sure, you get, Shitty Man was one of those behind that, right? They did try. Unfortunately, Igbo man's business was not totally affected. There were Igbo men's businesses that fell during those targeted economic jihad by Buhari. There were Igbo businesses that fell. But guess what? Majority of them survived and still surviving, because you are going to be paying for whatever economic jihad targeted at the Igbos. You will pay for it. But that is not where we are going tonight. Okay? So this guy is between them, and he was like, they are comfortable doing it with other people, okay? Or do it with themselves, as long as stealing of that money can be done within themselves and the money can disappear, and whatever everybody is expecting, they can keep expecting, kind of. And that's where Dangote comes in. You know, Dangote is irregular. Dangote is irregular because he is a quota system billionaire. They always have them. Look at their faces. Okay? These are people that have access to different loans, tax waivers, import waivers, this waiver, that waiver, subsidy, dollar subsidy, that one subsidy. Look at their faces. And they remain the richest people from Nigeria. It is the system. Okay? So when BUA fight with Dangote, it's not because of Nigeria, okay? It is because somehow, maybe the system is shifting, and if the system is shifting to the other side, they fight themselves. But those are the people that are always the billionaires, 4 of them, all right? Look at their faces. They are always there in the Forbes and all of that. Quota system billionaires in Nigeria, minus Mike Adenuga, okay? Because Mike Adenuga is an Ijebu man, the man that raised funds to try his best to bring down the cost of telecommunication of phone calls in Nigeria. Globacom, for those who know the story of Globacom, Obasanjo even scammed Mike Adenuga of over $500 million when they were depositing money for the license for Glo. Obasanjo, an Ogun State man, the president of Nigeria. Mike Adenuga, an Ijebu man, Ogun State man, was swindled, and it was even given a small time. He could have lost it all. So I'm not going to say he's one of the quota system billionaire, but for the $10, oh come on, we know the drill, and we know the whole insider trading, the whole share manipulation, all those things they do for themselves within their circle there. Okay, from their central bank to these guys. These are quota system billionaires in Nigeria. They have no real value they are adding to Nigeria. No real value. Despite the fact that billions and billions and billions of dollars of Nigeria money, they have ended up in the hands of all these guys. You can't really say exactly. Okay, take a listen. Because of Dangote cement, Ibeto cement was run aground. Let me tell you that story. Obasanjo, they said Obasanjo was trying to make sure that they crash the price of cement in Nigeria. A bag of cement was about 450 naira a bag when Obasanjo came into power in 1999. So a year or two after, the crisis of cement shortage in Nigeria and all of that became a thing. So Obasanjo said the local production at the time can never meet the demand. So they needed people to flood the market with cement. Because Dangote at the time, he was a local billionaire trying to make money from cement at the time. He was enjoying all of the government subsidy, government tax waivers here and there. But nevertheless, Dangote cement never served Nigerians. So they now made a deal. Obasanjo wanted more cement in Nigeria to crash the price. So he called on an Igbo man, Ibeto. Well, they offered. We could flood the market with the cement, and Nigerians will buy cheap quality cement. So while we continue to build all of the structures where we can actually manufacture, produce the cement here cheaper and mass, Ibeto. So Ibeto approached his own financiers. Obasanjo, he got approval from the Obasanjo's government. All of the papers were done. Everything was fine. And in fact, Ibeto consulted his own suppliers abroad. And while the cement that Ibeto just made a deal with the federal government, while that was on his way, Dangote had sleepless nights. And yes, of course, now they called an emergency meeting. An emergency meeting called by the Sultan of Sokoto and the rest of them from northern Nigeria, where Obasanjo was summoned. That if those Beto cement entered Nigeria, it will be considered as a war on northern Nigeria, economic war on them, and Obasanjo will be held responsible for that. Story changed, Baba. The approval given by the government of Obasanjo overnight got withdrawn. Ibeto cement entered voicemail. That multi-billion dollars deal till tomorrow. That's why you won't see Ibeto cement anywhere in Nigeria. Corrupt system. But guess what? Cement produced in Nigeria is sold cheaper in other West African and other African countries. Dangote cement produced in Nigeria with all of the government subsidies it's been receiving. Subsidy on this, subsidy on that. Sure you get that he has been getting from Nigeria Commonwealth. Nigerians still pay more for cement than the rest of Africa. So there's no real benefit. No, there is none. And that is what you call, and it is also that rotten system too. See, listen to me, it's not only Dangote cement Dangote refinery that is in Nigeria. You see that guy, BUA, is building one refinery in Akwa Ibom. For some reason, that is not catching attention. You know why Dangote refinery is doing what you have been told all the time? Because under Buhari's government, they also secretly issued an import license. You gave somebody license to build refinery. Then you also gave him license to import the same refined products to Nigeria. But there are other refineries under construction in Nigeria. That BUA guy, this guy on the left here, right? This guy on the left is building one refinery in Kaduna, and I think it's about 250,000 barrels a day refinery. It's not getting any limelight. Somehow, they haven't told you how much Nigeria money is in that refinery too. Sure you get. But till tomorrow, they have made you realize that Dangote refinery is not charity. But why is Igbo man then doing charity with his own business? Okay, I'm going to get to that, all right? Because it's a different backing now. And we are talking about the same consumer, all right? All of them be the consumers, okay? So you consume Dangote's product almost every day, but none of them is actually really adding economic value to you, not in the areas of employment, Papa. This guy brags that he employs PhD holders, graduates as truck drivers, and he paid them, at least he said then, back then, he said he paid them 50,000 naira when minimum wage of Nigeria was 18,000 naira. He brags. PhD holders, they are driving trucks for him. So it's pretty much like this chronic capitalism that I love to call chronic. Chronic is not chronic, okay, but I call it chronic capitalism. It is different from this type of capitalism you see in America that you read about and they told you capitalism is greed. This guy's greed is on a different level. I'm talking about using people's money, using them as collateral from where you take loans, but they never really benefit anything per se, nothing. So they are now telling people, Dangote that they gave almost $10 billion to construct a refinery that was supposed to be refinery Iwani now. It was supposed to be our refinery. My money is part of that. Your money is part of that, directly or indirectly. Your money, our money is there. As long as the contraption still called Nigeria exists, right? We are all still paying for our survival. You don't know that, do you? Or you do? Grand. So they gave the money to him, but I can't ask him. I can't say much. But the whole thing is not even coming to serve you. They are telling you, Dangote refinery is not charity. So Dangote is not going to come and sell petrol cheap, that you are giving him crude oil for free. Or you are giving him, they even came back to say Dangote will be buying crude oil in Naira. But they have given him over 1.2 million barrels of crude oil. He hasn't refined a dime. He hasn't refined a drop. This is somebody that Nigeria has stand by, like Nigeria has been standing by him for over 40 years. Lataye military, they have been standing by this guy. He is a Nigeria-made quota system billionaire. But what is the benefit to you? I'll come back to that. Okay? So an Igbo man who doesn't want to be called an Igbo man, Allen Onyema will tell you, yes, I'm an Igbo man, but I'm a Nigerian. These are the people who are trying everything they can to at least convince those who genuinely don't like you. And they have never hidden it. So you want to convince them that, oh yeah, you see, I'm an Igbo man, true, but I don't want Biafra. I want Nigeria to be great. That's why I'm doing this. I want you to love me. I want you to accept me. They won't still accept you because the entire system is not built as a country. You need people to agree to be together, live together, and sort of exist together before you can call them citizens of a country. In this case, we didn't. Everybody is trying to force themselves to make themselves look like, oh, we have this solution, this, we have that. So this guy finally, and this one is a credit to Tinubu, more giver. So you get, because he could have continued. And if you know very well, the Ronukus, they ran mad. Because according to them, they were like, why would Tinubu do what Buhari didn't do? You are the one who is empowering these Igbo people. I read horrible comments from people who are supposed to be citizens of the same country. And you know that, let me tell you this, so if you are new on social media, maybe this will help you, okay? If somebody like me, I can tell when people are being trolled, okay? Or when people are trying to wind you up, kind of, okay? So I don't really let most of this convo get to me. When I see those who are abusing themselves, let's say those who pose as Igbos and those who pose as Yorubas, when they begin to throw all these attack and abuses at themselves, right? I just read some of them with so much, with so much interest, kind of, that, excuse me, almost see energy of this kind of hatred that you are spewing at yourselves. And somehow, you do not want to break up Nigeria, or you do not want to live with the Igbos, and they too will tell you, we do not want to live with the Yorubas too. So if you are new on social media, this may get to you, that you may begin to type your own message to reply as a Yoruba man. How dare you insult Yoruba? Listen to me. Apart from the fact that this whole tribal, ethnic, religious divisions that a lot of you have kind of come to, you've taken sides, all right? we have established it that they are government sponsored. So when I saw the Ronukus, I think the first thing that triggered them at first was that they were like, Buhari did everything. They were saying it. They said Buhari did everything to show the Igbos their place in Nigeria. But Tinubu, they don't know what is wrong with the Tinubu. He approved the Igbo business. Now, look at them. They cannot even appreciate Tinubu that finally allowed them or approved the London Lagos route for airpeace. Very ungrateful. These are Onukus that cannot afford their Kurupe transportation. They cannot afford that too. But the moment they said, oh, airpeace, congratulations, airpeace is this, blah, blah, blah. They're going to be flying to London and it's going to be so amazing. You're going to feel, kind of like the vibe everywhere, the Ronukus began to suffocate you. They started wishing all kind of things. And why? They said Tinubu approved or supported an Igbo man and his business, forgetting the fact that Buhari spent over 100 billion naira, and all he presented to them was a single logo drawing, called here Nigeria, be Nigeria here. They are not really sad about that. But when they saw them wearing Isiagu, Isiagu, they said they were supposed to wear Nigeria green, white, green. How could Tinubu go allow them to have this? They have to take it back from them. All these Igbo people. In fact, some of them went as far as calling on their leaders to establish Oduduwa Airline. They were supposed to be happy. They were supposed to claim one Nigeria. But immediately they saw the Isiagu. They were not really concerned about the economic advantage of this, the job opportunities. I am talking about the endless free flow of the most wanted forex that Nigeria is so desperate for, that they are begging everybody who cares to give them attention to please give them some dollars to go and defend the Naira. This Arungun, Dabi Mosheda, Omoerus, the unboot slaves, the ass lickers, the crumb eaters, the crumb chasers, the all risers, the Ronukus, the Yoruba Ponus. They started feeling like, why? Because of Isiagu. And they want Yoruba airline. They want to do a airline. They want this airline. They want something. These Igbo people, what is this or that, But that's the negative vibe you hear from them. It didn't start with them. It is systemic rots. Listen to Allen himself, what he had to say just before this flight.
The truth is, if I dwell so much on I would like to look forward, because if you start discussing all the challenges that faced us towards achieving this London route, honestly, you feel like crying, you feel like weeping. First of all, you suffer what I call both internal and external conspiracies. It took us 7 years. We got the designation, I think, about 6.5 years ago, to go into London. Since then, it has been cat and mouse game. We actually procured our 3 777s because of this route. not for any other route, because we wanted to give it the blow that it deserved as at that time. However, we were not allowed to go. It's not just, whether you like it or not, there's what we call international aeropolitics, which is very dirty. We applied to get, for the TCO. TCO means Third Country Operators Permit. You must get that, excuse me, you must get that one before you start going into any European country, UK inclusive. And the TCO organization from Europe wrote our Nigerian Civil Aviation Authority, do you know Airpeace? Do you know about their designation? And we were denied. My own country denied us. So they threw it back. Went back to the NCA, they said, oh, we didn't tell you. You didn't tell them. Who designated us? The Minister of Aviation, the Federal Minister of Aviation, whose duty it was, and still is, to do that. Well, we said, okay, we are ready. They refused. They said, until they allow us to apply. So, you got designation from the federal government, and the NCA, under the same federal government, was telling you that you should not make any application towards going into the UK. Meanwhile, you gave us the nod to go to China, go to India. China is 14 hours, about 13 hours going to Guangzhou and 14 hours coming back. India is about 12 now because of the closure of the Sudanese airspace. About 12 going, about 13 coming back. Yet, you didn't find this airline worthy to go into the UK, 6 hours, piece of cake. For an airline that is doing over 160 hours of flying daily in this country, no other airline in the entire West and Central Africa does that much. 160 hours of flying, unblemished, no issues. What is 6 hours? Yet they stopped us. So the game is both from within and without. We were stopped. I would never stop saying it. So we continue this cat and mouse game with the NCA until Captain Musa Nuhu, during his time, said enough is not enough. Airpeace must be allowed to go in. What is the issue? Remember, they told us to, okay, when the heat became so much, when I gave them a lot of heat, they said, okay, you need to prove to us that you'll be able to pass the TCO. For goodness sake, if I don't pass the TCO, it doesn't mean anything, then I leave. But allow me to go. They said, no, we must prove to them that we're able to pass the TCO. I said, okay, you come and audit us based on the TCO standards. They said, no, you have to get IATA, some consultancy firms from IATA, to do that. IATA must conduct that and give their results. We paid, I'm sure it cost over 200 million. We brought IATA. IATA conducted a TCO audit on Airpeace dump. Remember, we are IOSA certified, so I don't know why the need for that. We passed. It took several months before IATA even came. We passed. Then they wrote to NCAA that you should allow them to proceed to go and do the audit with the TCO Europe. But they didn't respond. Several months passed, going up to a year. We went back to them and told them that, look, it is better you come out and say why the reason for all this, or I go to the press and say it, and I withdraw. But mind you, this country is being fleeced by all the airlines going to London from this place. People were paying 5 times more than they should have been paying. All sorts of reasons you are being given to this, and you say you don't have capacity. You have 3 777s, worth several hundreds of millions of dollars lying out there, fully purchased by this airline. That was when I said, okay. We we are now going to audit you ourselves. Not minding the result of the IATA people they recommended. At first, I didn't want to acquiesce to that. My Chief Operating Officer, Mrs. Tony Olajide, said, Oga, please, let's follow them. So I agreed. They came and audited. No, nothing, of course. I found nothing.
That was how, for the last time, they finally felt like, you know, okay, yeah, you can now have our approval. Okay. And we can also take care of those, you know, international aviation politics for you. Something that should naturally have come once you have a supposed Nigerian or Nigerian business that could actually save you a lot on air travel, where you are paying ×5 more than what you should be paying. Come on, like a pure rip-off. I said the airlines are ripping you off, right? The criminals in government are also ripping you off. Who are those who are denying all of that, playing the cat and mouse? It was Buhari and Sirika. And we know why. I mean, at least you do know why now. Yeah, they finally gave approval, and that was when fraudster Soto Bokeyamo, you know, fraudster Soto Bokeyamo is their minister now, right? Aviation. Smart move, right? A southerner probably who felt like, we know why they didn't give you, you know, you are an Igbo man, but it's okay. This is some good stuff. You know what? Okay, let's try it now. And they finally gave it to them. And immediately, the price of the flights to these routes crashed like that. I'm talking about all other airlines. This guy said for this route alone, they are now trying to get Abuja to London, Abuja to New York, Abuja to DC, and he's already placed order for 33 aircraft, Boeing 777, or they say 777, 327. Like if they genuinely love that your contraption like Nigeria, why would you miss out this opportunity? For years, because it is Nigeria. Another person can come tomorrow and take that license or cancel it, and they'll just tell you, yep, it's not to fly London again. How do you progress? How do you make a country progress that way? But again, something that should have come naturally if to say you are truly one country. Not Igbo, not Hausa, not Fulani, not Yoruba, just Nigerian. A Nigerian businessman has sort of figured it out. This is how we're going to save the airline and aviation industry in Nigeria and make the rest of the world respect you. Now, we are not going to see him as Igbo or Yoruba or Hausa or this. We're going to see him as a Nigerian. And he has come forward. We will put all our weight behind him. You know, if to say what happened to those international airlines that Nigeria stole their money, okay? If to say they were Nigerian airlines that some country stole their money, Nigeria will just look away or go to that country and take pictures with the president of the country and never talk about them. See the UAE guys, all these Dubai airlines, their government had to place visa ban on all of Nigerians because Nigerian government failed to let them take their money out of Nigeria. Okay? But a Nigerian airliner couldn't get the backing of his own country, and they continue to push him here and there until Otobo. Oh, yeah, listen to Otobo.
Beyond passenger comfort, we are going to have, of course, competitive prices on the international routes. Very competitive prices. You are seeing that already. Other airlines have opened up their lower fare tickets to Nigerians now because Allen has come in like a bull. This is a very bullish approach, you know, to breaking the monopoly on this route for so many years. I mean, UK has 21 slots into our country every week. 21. BA14, and I think this other airline, 7. So that we are able to compete on the, you know, on that level. But then the third and most important one is that there will be no problem of trapped funds, because it's a local company that will not have to repatriate the sale of tickets through the CBN, and we don't have to look, you know, be liquid enough in terms of foreign exchange to repatriate those funds away. So all of those airlines that come into Nigeria, what we experience is massive repatriation of funds that puts pressure on the Naira, because they have to seek for dollars, both the commercial banks and the central bank, to also, repatriate funds to them from the sale of tickets. So this is the third most important, that it eases the pressure on the Naira. Because this is a Nigerian company that deals in Naira, we buy in Naira. The only problem is that to service their aircrafts, to do their C checks and the B check, they still have to go abroad. So one of our major objectives, it is not for this interview, is to bring in the MROs into Nigeria. That's very important. The key to unlocking this industry is to ensure that the maintenance, repair, and overhaul facilities come into the country as quickly as possible. So the Chinese are talking to us, the Arabs are talking to us, the Americans are talking to us. They all want to come and do this on a PPP basis. For now, we are spoiled for choice. I can tell you that confidently. Everybody wants to come and invest in Nigeria because of the new approach of governments to investors, international investors. So that is the key.
Nuisance Lele. Nuisance Lele.
He don't want the overtalk him now. Okay, all he did was just to say, bring me earpiece 5 as the minister. Okay, please bring me the earpiece file. Okay, and they took it to him and he signed, minuted on it and signed. And they gave him a ticket to go and sit on the plane on the maiden flight. And they wanted to start ascribing the failed Tinubu's regime with earpiece. Quickly, he just won't have them. You've done well, okay? Like you did not pass it on like at this Erika. It is a great opportunity that should have been taken. He was right. He spoke well. Because there's no repatriation or repatriation of any currency to any country. He is right. You see, when you see foreigners who sees cheap airline, Nigeria airline, all right, and they decide they want to buy their ticket, they will buy in their currencies, which is true. It's always going to bring back in, forex for Nigeria. And there's nothing like moving money out of Nigeria. The only time they will need the central bank help to get dollars is when they want to go and service their place. Then he's bullish, he's right. Allen Onyema is bullish with his approach. Because how can you, the giant or giant of Africa, you have different airlines who goes into your country, who have tens of flights into your country every week, but you have none to their country. So this is the gap that could have created a mini sort of conglomerate of aviation multi-billionaires, real business, real jobs. But you are seeing them using stolen funds to buy private jets so they can hire the private jets to the criminal politicians going on campaigns or whatever. It is a very serious, mighty business that could really help that contraption. But you know the problem, eh? It takes one man to take up the lead. It won't take more than a man to put the lead back on. But while it lasts, let me show you what their trip was like before the Ronukus started praying that a earpiece and their aircraft should be burned down because they did not wear green, white, green to appreciate Kolu. Give me a circle. I think I have one here. Now this one I go play inside down. Now, do you mind? This was how Allen and his boys walked out. Isiagu, they said Onyema had to dress green, white, green Maybe they were supposed to even paint their head green, white, green. Their shield is from, the camp of Tifnumbu. I am talking about the Lagos Abobakus, the Oshogbo Alimajiris, the bad stars, the bad idiots. They were so enraged because according to them, this is Igbo airline. This is not Nigeria airline. Why are they wearing Isiagu? It was a mad time at the time, right? That a lot of us felt like, oh, Mokilun go on now. She tribal Olympics, this ethnic Olympics, and the ethnic champions. What are we really going to do to actually free these sheepies? It is worse than you can imagine. Oh, they're deep, gone. Horrible things. But that night, the Airpeace aircraft took to the sky from Lagos. And this was the 30th of March. Maiden flight. Inside the plane, it is a different vibe, Nigeria vibe. Or more than the service that is serve pepper soup, goat meat pepper soup, fish pepper soup, deep icon like all the Nigerian dishes and all of that. I don't know if they made that for the trip, but from that experience, I'm still coming back home. I'll show you the inside. These were the politicians on board.
Say hi to the world.
Yeah.
Hey, Mama Airpeace. To the world. Yeah. This is my brother, the owner of United Airlines. I'm flying Airpeace to show solidarity and love to our brother. Distinguished. This is distinguished. This is Anambra, Edo, both are vying for governorship. Nigeria. And are seated together calmly here. It can only happen in Airpeace. Discussing matters arising. Yeah, of course. Anambra, Edo, and then some ambition. Ambayosa. I can. Well done, sir. Fidelity Bank is here to collect all the money. So make sure that we're not losing one cover. Honorable Minister, I see you, sir. I see you. All right. So, and our beautiful.
We're about to take let me take the ticker. Yeah. We will take the ticker.
It's a full flight, actually.
Yes,
So that was the maiden flight. But let me show you that one. You see Chioma Chukwuka there? And I love that lady. When I was back in Nigeria, right, I did have some favorite actresses. I do not watch Nigerian movies that much anymore. I barely watch it then. When I see these ladies who are now like grown up, we're all grown up now. Myself, I'm not a boy anymore. Sure you get. But Chioma Chukwuka, a few artists were also taken on board as what do you call them? Honorary guests of the maiden. On the maiden flight. They were the ones who captured that Isiagu pepper soup. And that would make me want to fly Airpeace if I have any reason to. Let me show you.
So there was a lot to kind of keep you.
And before that, right, this is somebody who did, okay, hang on. Let me show you the Isiagu first, rather.
Congratulations to us all Nigerians. Airpeace is here to stay. This Lagos to London, London to Lagos route is so amazing. The food, man, that pepper soup, goat meat pepper soup was slamming. Everybody loved it. I had some eforiro and semo. It was so good, guys. I love it. Airpeace, congratulations, Nigerians. We love you.
Omoni Oboli. That's another actress I really sort of like too. Because I used to watch their movies when they were younger, and indeed, they are now veterans, okay? Omoni Oboli. Beautiful ladies. Here is that of another lady that revealed the entire flight in her own words on her TikTok. I'm sharing this with you because this is the only place where you can see all of this together. All of this information together before you go to the next one and you go to the next one. Only on Mayegun's Diary Political. Here is a review. I think you should listen.
So there was a lot to kind of keep you busy, keep you entertained till you get to your destination. But I didn't use it. I recorded films on Netflix. So I just kind of watched that. But my husband is the one flicking through just to kind of show you the variety of it all, which was very nice of them. Yeah, they had something. Yeah, I think it was mostly African films, to be honest, but it says international. Yeah, I had some kiddies films. So this is what we had for lunch. I had jollof fries. They gave us a bit of snack. I had Martina, wine, of course. The thing about this aircraft was the drinks was non-stop. If I say non-stop, wine, vodka, brandy, like it was non-stop. I'm not sure if it was because it was the first time that they were flying from London to Lagos, but we ate, we drank. Like I couldn't even finish it. I had it was my first time on the air flight to take away. This was yet another snack. Got muffins, fruit, a baguette, chocolate, and coffee or tea. I had coffee. I was just trying to open the pack here. I was using one hand to record and the other hand to kind of show you what's inside. You got a chocolate muffin. I couldn't eat at this point. And this is us. We landed. Everyone was praising the Lord. People were clapping. People were joyful. People were praying. It was very nice. Like, it was really nice. I enjoyed the flight. Definitely, I would advise people to go on to use this airline. It was a positive experience for me. There was nothing I could fault that BA wouldn't have done. If it was a check-in, okay, it's the first time, you know.
I feel like I'm already doing some marketing for Airpeace, right? It's worth it, isn't it? It's good. Like on the general, in the general scheme of things, right? It's actually good. We do not really hate Nigeria, guys. Do you know why you are seated there watching this broadcast? Why you are interested in whatever is going on in that place? Even when you can pretend not to be interested or look away. It is because of your love for the people you actually really care about still in that place. And that is why, if they give them electricity, it's not you, not me, all right? We can sort of imagine the impact that will make on millions of people if it stays that way. Just asking them to do what is right. Do what is right. Respect people's supposed God-given rights. Treat them right. Not the way you are treating us and all that, right? So if I see something good, I do not want to be moody and hope it goes bad. No. You see, when I point out all these criminals' activities, all of what these criminals are doing, I am pointing them out so that you too can see through that. Even if they are saying to you, For example, they are doing something to make everything better. Or when they say that to you, Dan, what they are really doing, when you look at what they are doing, and it is so far apart in contrast to what they are saying they are doing, then you shouldn't be expecting the same result from what they said. You should be looking at what the result is going to be from what they are doing. This is doing, right? And somehow it is plausible. It is actually a good thing. Nobody should ever sit down and wish it fail, right? Except if you are one of those people born without love. And we have a lot of them now out there with phones and the internet. People that are not born with love. They are not raised in love. They are still living in that world of hatred where most of the time they feel like nobody loves them. And therefore, maybe there is actually no real love out there. These are the people who have no real family love or anybody's love that grows in hate. That because these people are Igbos, or they are not wearing green, white, green agbada, they are not wearing this or that in order for them to be accepted, then the whole thing should go up in smoke. No, it won't. No, it won't. The only reason why the business will go up in smoke is when the criminals who are making decisions in that place decided to tamper with it. Well, people could probably save it if they understand the economic impact, even the global. Baba, you don't understand me. All this treatment they met at a lot of you who actually like frequent flyers, like different airlines and different airports and all of that all over the world. That could easily change. This could easily change a lot of things. And at the same time, right, also make you feel more like, at least you have people who probably, I want to say, all right, are doing this in the interest of the majority of everyone who identifies as Nigerian or friend of Nigeria who is going there. It is a great stuff. The guy himself, if he, this is the kind of people that you can say, if the Nigerian government, the way they are releasing billions and billions to Dangote with no benefit to any of you in Nigeria, no single benefit. Yes, Dangote is your richest man, but to what end? So that he can give you 10 kg bag of rice when you are starving with your family, right? No. Here is what somebody had to say. In fact, it is one member of the National Assembly, right? He started questioning that, listen, we have known this our own brother, Dangote, for a long time. What exactly is the benefit of Dangote and Dangote businesses and Dangote this or that directly to the people? You can point at what this Igbo man's benefit has been to Nigeria. What is Dangote's benefit to Nigeria, an average Nigerian? Apart from you subsidizing him, bailing him out. What is his benefit? Okay, listen to this.
Directly the lives of the people of this country. Arbitrary increase in the price of cement, Mr. Speaker, is one of the cankerworm that is affecting the economy and the peace of this country. What is worrisome? I won't talk about what my colleagues previously have made mention of. But Mr. Speaker, what is more worrisome is the unpatriotic nature of these producers of cement. What is again most worrisome is the fact that we have established government institutions that should be able to work toward remedying the suffering of the common man. But Mr. Speaker, they allow this market to be conducted in an uncontrolled manner. Tomorrow, the blame will be on the president, the blame will be on the National Assembly members, whereas the issue of unpatriotism affects almost every sector of our own economy, including the producers of this cement. Mr. Speaker, we are aware that cement is smuggled to Cameroon through Chad, Niger Republic. Mr. Speaker, go to Madagali in Adamawa State. You will see how these cements are produced for the purpose of sustaining Nigerian economy with the support of government-friendly policies that have helped these cement mafias to establish business and make money with the Nigerian economy, but they turn back to put the economy into shambles. We must stop blaming the president. We must stop blaming the National Assembly. We must look at those business mafias, Mr. Speaker, that are producing cement for the purpose of domestic consumption, whereas they smuggle it in our border without following due process, without adding to the revenue of this country, because they smuggle it. They don't export it, they smuggle it. I have given an example to Madakele. Go to Chad, they survive with Nigerian cement. Cameroon, survive with Nigerian cement. Niger, survive with Nigerian cement. Benin Republic, survive with Nigerian cement. And yet we are here making life unmiserable for the common man in this country. Mr. Speaker, there is a procedure of conducting businesses of the National Assembly. In my opinion, the prayer of the motion is apt. We have no business interacting with the minister in charge of. We have a standard committee vested with the responsibility of interfacing with those agencies and reporting back to the House. The prayer have captured that the committee should be given the mandate of the House to interfere with this agency and report back to the House. And we expect, Mr. Speaker, the quality of Gaza should do, the committee chairman should do the needful by giving a very consolidated report on the floor of the House, that the House will end up be looked at as a people's house, as a house that is conscious.
Thank you. So, they are talking about a cement mafia. Nothing is going to happen. No, nothing is going to. The cement mafia are going to continue. Maybe until one day an Igbo man will say, why don't you just let's save ourselves? I have a solution. And he would automatically become the talk of the town again. He will be hated. His people too. Now there's something I need to say here. Just in case if you are stumbling on Mayegun's diary political, and I am talking about what do you call it, the systemic profiling of the Igbos. I have said this repeatedly. I am not saying this because even the Igbos who are here watching me, we've all agreed that Igbos don't need anybody's pity. Do you understand? We are saying this out because it is the Igbos now. And when the table turns, it could be your people too. So if you are an Igbo man watching me, okay, please, I will advise you. We know that we have bigots, okay? I'm talking about the ethnic bigots in Yoruba land. We also know that there are bigots. I'm talking about ethnic bigots in Igbo land too. Now listen to me very carefully here, right? Like I said, I am not saying all of this because I am trying to possibly make, how do I put that? I'm not trying to make it, to say something that is not really known, but is not understood. So making everybody understand the situation does not actually give you that clearance to come onto my platform and say, Yorubas hate Igbos. Yorubas do not hate Igbos. And I do not believe that the Igbos hate Yorubas. But yet, there are many, many of you that were raised, okay? You were raised to believe all of this since the system ensured of that. So out of respect for yourself, I will advise that at this point, you should swallow that your bigotry tablet. If you drop any sort of incendiary comment and you think it is an opportunity for you to take a hit at the Yorubas and then put all Yorubas in the same basket of all these Serunukus, it will be the first and the last time you will drop that comment on my platform. Don't get carried away, okay? I am not talking about this simply because I want to sound nice or something. No. I am stating facts as part and parcel of what has contributed to where we are today as a contraption And how are we going to find ourselves out of here? That does not give you that license to think that you can take a dig at the Yorubas. I am a Yoruba man, and a very proud one indeed. And this is my platform, okay? So if you come around and you feel like it is an opportunity for you to troll Yorubas because of all these Olori Burukulukus who are also calling their fellow Yorubas Omoale because they won't follow a druggie, like I said, it will be your first and the last time you will take a dig at the Yorubas on my platform. Don't try it. Same thing goes to you. If by any means any of you Runukus stumble on this, and you think it is your time to take a dig at the Igbos too, I promise you, it will be your last time. I hope everyone is clear about that. Don't get carried away here, okay? Right? Don't get carried away. So we know those that have become the agent of that division, and we are doing our best to make you see that. I don't need your praise or praises. Don't look at me and say, oh, this is a Yoruba man, very honest. I don't need that too. I just want you to listen. Just listen. And if your bigotry can be managed and controlled, I will advise you to control your fingers too. There's a reason for that. And I promise you it's not a threat. Okay? If you try it, it will be your last time. And to everybody who is holding the spanner in the comment section, please, you need to help me get rid of any miscreants. Suddenly feel comfortable. And he wants to tell us about the Yorubas. I know the Yorubas. Let me tell you something about the Yorubas. You do not know the Yorubas. You know the Yorubas who share the same bigotry with you. And I will advise you, you shouldn't. Be confident and comfortable spewing that here. Don't try it. Okay? Great. Now, going forward. That guy was talking about the cement mafias. We are talking about, though, he also said something about using favorable government policies. That's what they use. Favorable government policies, where they give them import waivers, they give them tax waivers, they give them this. They even subsidize dollars. Only just to at least make things easier for Nigerians. Abi? Or how have they made things easier for Nigerians? Was robbing you blind. They are robbing every one of us blind. We are all their victims. And Dangote is their ringleader. So if you are looking for any business to go up in smoke, don't you think it shouldn't be any of the businesses that actually are really stand the chance of making impact on your lives beyond your tribal, ethnic, and every other religious sentiment that you might have. I mean, that's what normal people would do. Unfortunately, not everybody in Nigeria is normal. For the last time, now this was the hairpiece plane that landed in London. And if things really goes well, if the criminals in Nigerian system don't go greedy or suddenly don't remember that the airline is owned by an Igbo man, this guy has the capacity in a space of 5 years with more routes given to him. He has the capacity of having over 500 aircraft in their fleet. They can stand against any other international airline from China, from America, from the UK, from everywhere. But they will need the backing of your government, like they have been doing for Dangote, right? But you and I don't think that's going to happen, right? No? Well, for the last time. think it's called Terminal 34. I've been now spot that. I don't know. But that's beautiful, isn't it? Like that. It's magnificent, right? You say it's magnificent or magnificent. It's really beautiful. It's a good thing coming out of that contraption. So, like a dead clock, it can be sort of, correct twice in a day. Dead clock, dead clock are always correct twice in a day, AM and PM. So this is one of them. And what people will say is that would they, for some reason, never let that their Igbophobic or Igbophobia kick in? Because all it takes is just a single pen, a stroke of pen, that's it. We can come back here later and say they've done it, they've done it again, and then the whole blackmailing, gaslighting will start. So if they are serious, that's one avenue where they could actually earn a lot of money, a direct, and even create a lot of job too. I'm just saying. So now you have the Dangote, you have the airpiece. I'll leave you with the rest. Now let's go forward a little bit, where people are almost about to start beating themselves. E82. Thank you, Baba, for that. All right, because we need to remind ourselves. I know a lot of us who have a lot of things to say. Sometimes there are some certain things that you just keep them to yourself. Stay. Even though they will appeal to some sentiment and all that, but you see the shit that we are facing in that contraption right now. It's not about Christian, it's not about Muslim, it's not about Igbo, it's not about Yoruba, it's not about the North or the South. We are all trapped. We are trapped in a quagmire, in an endless loop that is pretty much like we are living. To those of us who are here now, we are living the lives. Or we are reliving the lives of our own ancestors who were supposed to, be free, but they were not. And then, and those who are dealing with us are not dealing with us because you are Igbo or you are Yoruba or you are outside. No. Yes, there is a systemic, systemic profiling of the Igbos. That's not hidden. Okay? And if you are a non-Igbo that says it's not true, I understand there are Igbos who are denying it too. When you live in denial, I know of that. You want to tell yourself that it's not true, even when you are facing that same similar ethnic profiling and persecution. So yeah, if you don't think it's true, it's all right. But here is something. Except all of us drop those sentiments while we are making decisions that are going to make or mar our lives, our future, and that of our children. It doesn't change you being an Igbo man for standing up for humanity. It doesn't take anything away from you being a Yoruba man to stand up for the truth. And stand up for that truth, not because that person is your own immediate brother from your tribe or religion or anything else, but because they are human. If you don't stand up and team up with others because you were trained to hate them, you were told they hate you. Since they told you they hate you, and they also told them that you hate them, so you will never have any reason to sit together and discuss how the misgovernance is actually dealing with all of una. We then talk say to yourself. I can never trust you, Yoruba man. Nobody needs your trust, bro. I can never trust an Igbo man. Who tell you that Igbo man needs your trust? Can you even trust yourself? The situation you are in right now is not about whether you are Igbo, Yoruba, Usa, Fulani, or Christian, Muslim, or whatever. We are all trapped. And we are trapped in a place where the lunatics have taken over the asylum. We are being slaughtered slowly, violently. They are not taking responsibility. They are living in denial of that. And you really want me to entertain all of you here by discussing the supremacy of whose tribe is supreme, whose religion is bigger. Do you understand that? That's why I'm not interested in people trying to come here and fly that flag of, you get, that same one they have in Nigeria, the flag of hatred, of be very careful, be very this or that. No, it won't work here because it's just a pure deceit. We are all victims, and that's what I want you to understand. A Yoruba man is speaking out against the injustice The injustice that the Yoruba man knows is not just the Igbos that are the victims of it, but every one of us, but differently. Right? So that is why on Mayegun's diary political, you need to understand the problem, the source of it, the people behind it, and how you are affected, and how you get out of it. You can't get out of it if you are living your life in suspicion. The suspicion that is not even your own creation. I was born after the civil war in Nigeria, for God's sake. Now I'm supposed to be walking about with the hatred or otherwise of that same civil war. You were born after it, right? You were not supposed to be walking about with the same, but you were meant to understand it so that you don't repeat the same thing that led to that slaughter of over 5 million people, innocent people. So when you learn from it, you don't come around there and begin to kind of fly the same flag. The Yorubas are the this, the Igbos are the that. We are going to have a problem. I'm serious, we're going to have a problem. Together. So I'm glad that a lot of us actually understands that. We all have our biases. Don't let us pretend. I have spoken on them many times. Do not pretend about your prejudices. See, all these prejudices we have against ourselves, they are real. So thank your star that you have been able to manage it, because you have been able to unlearn a lot of lies that they told you about other people. You have unlearned so many of them, and indeed, you have realized that, Baba, our real enemies are not those who are also victims like us. Sure you get. So we have unlearned and relearned enough to realize that an Igbo man is not my enemy. A Yoruba man is not your enemy too. But if you have been trained, if you have been raised to suspect them, to suspect yourselves, that's all right. We know these prejudices exist. But do you know what what a lot of us have managed to do is by respecting people as who they are. Respect people for who they are. And they will respect you for who you are. And that's what we are preaching here. Right? It doesn't change who you are. That a Biafran will respect an Omoluabi Yoruba, a decent human being, respectful human being. It simply means a Yoruba man will respect an Igbo man. Respect begets respect, they say, right? It's only those who don't have any respect for you that you should never respect as well, right? So yes, why we respect ourselves doesn't take anything away from us. It doesn't take anything away from who I am. It doesn't reduce who I am. It doesn't increase it. It doesn't reduce who you are, and it won't increase it. There's no supremacy, only stupidity that is existing among a lot of you who don't know you are victims of an intentionally rigged system. And the moment you realize that you are a victim of an intentionally rigged system, that does not really spare anybody. You are not better off than the other person in a contraption where you have no right as a citizen. So all you have left is what? It should be the brotherhood, because all you have in common is same thing, oppression. These oppressors who are all united in their own wherever it is, want you divided and stay divided. I'm not going to help you with that on this platform, so get the hell out of here. Okay? If you cannot control your prejudices against other people, your biases against them, because you have no respect for them. Respect begets respect. All right? And here is somebody who was really explaining how the systemic failure or systemic corruption have contributed a lot to the underdevelopment of Nigeria, where they continue to make every development look like it's a rocket science, including governance. Governance is not a rocket science. You just need to be honest and sincere. And if you can't, there's no rocket science around that. All right? If you run a country like you run a drug cartel, of course you have a drug hub. You would have a narco state, a lawless state, where rule of law is actually a luxury. Nigeria, where everybody lied to themselves so good that they start a meeting with a prayer, lie to themselves throughout the meetings. Then they close the meeting with a prayer and they give thanks to God who just witnessed them lied. That's Nigeria for you. They said the reason why the electricity tariff is going up is because the government can no longer subsidize it. Nobody has a clue how much Nigeria is subsidizing electricity until now. They still haven't told you how much they are spending on subsidizing electricity, but they were subsidizing electricity. Now they can't anymore. You would have to do that. Okay. Nigerian Electricity Board publicly told the world that Nigeria has no 24 hours electricity to start with. Also, Nigeria is struggling to generate just 6,000 megawatts of electricity. In fact, one of the ambition of Peculiar Mess, Benkelemesi Adebayo Adelabu, your Minister of Darkness in Nigeria, one of his greatest life ambition is to make sure that Nigeria generates 8,000 megawatts of electricity before 2027. What an ambition. Wow. Giant of Africa that is talking about industrialization, manufacturing, recovery of economy, baby work and baby pay, and all of that nonsense is generating less than 6,000 megawatts of electricity daily, and is distributing less than 3,000 megawatts of electricity. Therefore, they have bans for electricity in Nigeria. Banned. What band are you? You watching me, what band are you? Band Kenya, J band E, Abi F, Abina band Z. These criminals in that contraption who continue to deceive all these gullible people who believe them anyway. It's unfortunate, right? These guys increase the electricity tariff in Nigeria, Papa. Nigerians are paying more electricity than, they are paying more for electricity than me living in the UK. You living in America, Nigerians, we know they get electricity. They are using band A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P, Q, R, S, T, U, V, W, X, Y, Z. I don't even know which one is yours. Your band, if your band now band Z, now once in a year you're going to get electricity. Your price is 15 naira per kilowatt. So you should not be worried about the increase. All of them are with the band E, F, G, H. Band H, your own electricity is just once a month. 12 times electricity of 1 hour. 1 hour a month electricity for 12 months. That is 12 hours electricity. You are not affected by this increase. Those of you who are in band F, your own is still 66 naira. You only get electricity 1 hour a week if you are lucky. So 66 naira, your own no increase. You go still manage them. Now, but you see those who are in band E, band D, band C, B, and A. The ones at A, they were the ones that are really affected. That's what they said. They said there'll be 1.6 million customers, not 15 million this time. So all of you who are in band A, it's just for 20 hours. One way they come and say, are you saying that you are better than me? Olori bunie o money o, olori buruku to shile kun fun were o. They say olori bu to shile kun fole. You are not in band A, or in band A, or in band B, or in band G. Ashiri using a free Facebook preview Facebook to come here. To come and start saying that, what is your problem? Nigeria is in progress. Let me talk to those in band A, where they promise say 20 hours. Because wala tishele everywhere by insane. We are now hearing that the people where they band A, who are supposed to be the ones where they, those ones who are like, go. The ones where they enjoy the electricity. Wala is everywhere right now. Because band A people, they say, when did you give us 20 hours electricity a day? When? when did you give us 20 hours electricity a day? Every day. Now, the doctor say, now go they pay 225 naira per kilowatt. And somehow, if you are spending 400,000 naira on electricity every month before, you will now be spending somewhere is but you know, per se on inflation cost your bill is now going to be somewhere around 1.8 million to 2 million naira every month. Okay. Also, if you were spending, for example, 50,000 naira every month on your electricity, listen to this. So now you will be spending 170,000 to 190,000 naira every month on that 20 hours a day. It's a problem to Berenia. So somebody was like, about 420 hours. Have you demand in Nigeria, NEPA? When did you give us 20 hours? When did we have 20 hours a day? Egbo, are you getting 20 hours? Now, this is share where they live for this face me, I slap you. Lodeda. Now, the way they talk say he's enjoying 24 hours every day. But because he's in Lagos, Abobaku, Abi, Kilotimpe, Oshogbu, Alimajiri, one of the bad stars. We have been enjoying electricity in Okoba Gege. Come to Saleko. We have been enjoying electricity, 24 hours electricity for the past 2 months. Olori Buni one no real. The children are living in the thing in the ghetto. So if you go there, you have to write your will before you go there. Kind of. But they are on social media telling you, hey, now we are getting 20 hours a day. I'm not even lying. You know, majority of them they do cost themselves too. They will tell you, if I am lying, me ogun, I bet you're this and that. Because, and he's lying. I've never seen horrible people as this, as lickers, man. Right? But it's all right. We will soon know those of you where they enjoy 20 hours electricity and those of you where they enjoy more than that. And why is electricity a rocket science? It is not. Somebody like this guy says something about what they did in Adamawa. You see, they could have easily let everybody go generate your electricity and sell. This was the reform in the electricity or power sector they told you back then, but it was a scam. They sold all of these companies, all these government institutions to themselves as scraps. As scraps, right? Well, I want you to listen to this. Somebody is talking about that same power. You don't mind.
What is your expertise like? What have you done in the power sector so Nigerians can have an understanding? In the private sector in this country, what are the possibilities? How many countries have you helped in generating power for?
To date, 18 countries. From very modern countries like Turkey that are fully industrialized to countries like Congo DRC where we're putting power into the mines. This is not witchcraft. This is not some kind of imaginary thing. We do this as a living. There are probably 5 companies in the world that do what we do to put power where it's needed, embed it, and give results. My dear country doesn't believe in its own profit, so we get to sit there and just watch, you know.
But you've experimented in the private sector.
Yes, we built one of the most modern dairy factories in the world today in Adamawa State. Since 2019, this factory has been running off renewables from my company, storage and solar. Hasn't had one day down, produces close to 150,000 liters of milk a day, generating tremendous income for those in that area, Meobalwa and the Sebure region of Adamawa State. We see the multiplier effects. And I'll tell you something, that thing has been on and running since 2018. Not one government official from the last administration or this administration, whether in power or in the agro sector, has gone to have a look of what modernity can do, not just for an industry, but for the areas, the Fulani farmers that are now not moving their cows because we have to take milk. I mean, you've got to sit down with Aminu Yako and listen to a young man with a brain that has a vision and implemented it with such poise that people from around the world, I've taken Saudi Arabian groups to go there and see it. I've taken companies from Turkey there to go in, and we've replicated what he has done and what we have done with him in foreign countries. I mean, for me, this is where we lose ourselves. We're not enjoying what we are. Again, this Admiral yogurt in Adamawa, his power is nothing. He's taking it from the sun. His competitors are using generators. The price is going up every day. Who's making more money? This young man with the sophistication and the vision to look for renewables. Our country needs to take that kind of lesson. Let's not look at what they want to sell us. What's Siemens going to sell you? Old technology. What is Siemens doing today? It's turning to renewables. But it's going to sell you its old technology.
Biomass, there is solar.
So many. I ran an agency in the United Nations, Intergovernmental Renewable Energy Organization. And my job was to look at energy mixes. How do we bring renewables to help? This is the kind of mindset that you need to be able to engage in, but nobody wants to talk to you. I'm a Nigerian. I don't care what party I was in before. I'm a Nigerian.
Politics is in fact over. We're talking about the lives and livelihood of our people.
I have not met the Minister of Power because it's going to take me forever to try and figure that thing out. So I'll go private sector. I don't need the minister to build power. I don't need the minister to change the life of 7,000 people in Adamawa with one man who is under 40 years old, who has been able to make millionaires out of 7,000 people in the last 2 years. Now, he's made more millionaires than the government has generated. I guarantee you that. And these are Fulani herdsmen. You've got if there was a national award, I want to give it to this guy. What is your...
Just beyond that, okay, there are so many sources of energy, and they are not new. These are not new, so to say, even though there are older and older technologies used in the past to generate electricity, but they are talking about renewable energy now, something that can. I mean, I was talking to someone yesterday. They were showing me the what do you call it? The light from their solar panel. I think that's actually a thing in Nigeria. That people are powering their homes not with this electricity or power from not with petrol, buying petrol every now and then. I'm talking about people using renewable energy to actually, like sun. I was like, how did you do that? Like, do you connect that to your light or you just have another bulb? See me where they live for UK. Because I never have to worry about where they get the energy from. I do not have to worry. I do not have to turn this light off. I do not have to turn my heating off. If I choose not to, now me go pay. So I was like, oh yeah, that's some beautiful stuff. And I was told that if I want the one that will work for my freezer, because I don't turn freezer, why would you even turn your freezer off, right? So I work for all of my gadgets, devices. I'm talking about big stuff here now, okay? And they said, with 3.5 million, you can have that in Nigeria. I was like, what? Really? And I wouldn't have to pay NEPA bill. I wouldn't have to buy petrol. No, you won't have to. Really? That's great. I will take that here in the UK if I can. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I'll take solar this and solar that. But in the UK, to construct a solar panel on your own distance and cut yourself off all of these charges of, all these electricity charges and all that, people have them in the UK. But the last person I spoke to told me the small panel will cost me somewhere around 25,000 pounds sterling. Nítorí kíni. In Nigeria, they are finding means to do that. So listen, that Nigeria is still in darkness is because Nigeria is a place where they rob Peter to pay Paul. They collect money from the region that makes so much money for them. And then they share the money to the rest of the country, including the region that add no shishi to the national revenue. No shishi. Sure, you understand now? So because of, what do you call it? Because of this kind of arrangement, when Nigeria generates electricity, they put it on the national grid. The national grid is now where the distribution happens. That's where they now share or categorize you into bands. Band A, band B, band C, band D, band E, band F, and all those bands. Imagine me living in the UK and say, I am band B, I am band H. Imagine somebody telling you that from the UK. You see all those lonely brukus that will tell you that it is the same thing abroad, and their shearies will never return to that shit hole. Because they are lying to you. Okay? They are lying to you when they tell you that they do band E, band B, band C in abroad. You should know that that's a lie. We know they ration electricity here. You only ration your electricity if you know that, listen, they collect too much money from you every month. Though. Not in that place. They are telling them, no wonder. No wonder that people that are the victims of bad governance, they have no courage to stand up and face the rules. Rather, they will look for any truck carrying food, rob it, and shout, "A being power." One thing, now, not the only food that it's goat food. Like if you steal a goat, can you say you are hungry? That's why you are stealing a goat. Like you can say you are hungry, that's why you stole a bag of rice. Or can you tell people that you are hungry? That's why you are stealing a goat. Take a look at these guys. In Nigeria, they said they are hungry. They're robbing a truck. Erolon Jinsi. That is Nigeria, ladies and gentlemen. But let me wrap it up because I would possibly love to take calls tonight, okay, so that we can have it on a full swing and you can add your voice too. Peter Obi, why Peter Obi is not going to go away? He just asserted just today that he is not going to leave Labour Party no matter what happens. Peter Obi has over 10 million Nigerians who are ready to travel every mile or any mile with him. And don't ever doubt that. Do not. He has over 10 million ready-made guys that no matter what you and I say, they will travel miles with him. And the criminals in Nigeria, they know that. And I love it when they throw tantrums for that. I do. So I have a video for you from Gombe State where, according to them, not only that he's identifying with them, he's actually relating with them. Talk about giving them a ball. If Tinubu go anywhere, go give anybody ball. I go join people who go up to the East Tony. Because Tinubu no get any 10 million genuine lovers or genuine supporters, except for those who are waiting for the largesse or benevolence of the drug lord. Here you get. But what Obi will do and get away with, Kolo shouldn't try it. And that is why you must continue to give strength. You must continue to give voice. Everywhere you see any of disobedience and every of their stuff, right? Amplify it. Amplify it. You know why? Because somebody has a number of people that could actually take down an establishment, even if they have to take him down too. And don't let them kill that. Here is Obi in Gombe, if you don't mind.
We're right here in Crony, continuation of Obi's national tour during this season of Ramadan. And he's here to do as usual, to commission the ball here that he has donated to this community and also to give aid to at least 100 people. This is what he's done everywhere, and he's here to do this. Everybody came here unannounced to see Mr. Peter Obi as he's commissioning the borehole that he donated to this community in Gombe State.
ga muna Gombe kuma Peter Obi ya zo wai ya kawo muku ruwa na ji kana magana ne mene
mun gode an sanya alkhairi mu Obi ya gaba mana komai mu insha Allah rabbi mun ga zaɓen masu guduwa mana Obi wanda ya baka ruwa zai baka abinci yanzu ga mu ga Obi wanda ya baka nisa
70 years old man.
And that is where I am going to draw the curtains tonight so that I can take calls, okay? And I probably, yeah, that's how we're going to end it tonight, okay? So I am going to take a short break. When I get back, I will take calls. And there follows your reactions, okay? The line is going to be opened. And if you are still with us, right, please like the broadcast and share it if you haven't already. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. So this, I have a little confession though. You see, when I was running this from home, okay, it was a little bit different, okay, but these days I have to sort of drive down to this place, got to stay around and run things in a way that, like, pretty much like being in an office, sort of. And that is in itself taking its toll on me. So I am going to be having, you will be seeing me having some of these intermittent breaks. Sometimes when I am somebody that if I am tired, I will take a rest. I don't force it. All right. And it's kind of been concerning too, that I think I need more rest than before running this the way I am currently doing it. Maybe until I start getting enough help and others in the studio, it will be a different ball game, okay? So people have been sending me messages trying to figure out, am I okay? Are you okay, Mayego? We didn't hear from you, this or that. I said, I'm fine. I am fine. Right? So I will be back and take calls tonight, okay? And we will round it up afterward. Don't go anywhere if you really want to still be part of this. Remember? Like and share. And when I get back, I will take calls. Thank you.
bola ma je breakfast. Asiko to ni kaluku ma je tie ototo ni. Sumobile. Oh.
Sumobile. I do have a caller, by the way. Hello there.
Hello, Mr. Maegun.
Hello, sir. How are you?
Yeah, I'm good. My name is Olowo Dera.
Olowo Dera. Seems like the first time we are talking, right?
Yeah, no. I think maybe the third time now.
Third time? You never called yourself Olowo Dera. Maybe this is the first time you are giving me your name, sir.
You used to speak to my woman, that's why.
Oh, I see. How are you, sir?
Yeah, I'm good. Even I like this something that this Ogogo that you just play now. Because you remember there was a time Ogogo went in Shiun. From Ijebu, you know the road from Shiun from Shagam to Abeokuta.
Yes, Shiun Road.
The road that Shiun Road that then this man
Dubious Dapo.
Dubious Dapo. Yeah, I like that name. You know, then he went there to say, oh my God, like the way this man exaggerates that in that time. It's unbelievable.
So he went there to go and do promo for road, sir.
Yes. No, you know, even that time, the road, that time it now happened that. So I travel because I have a small site around there. Okay. So when I travel this December, and then after this, what I want to say that time after he launched that
video, okay.
That video, and then you know that time there was a road that maybe they put solar there, and then it was like and then this thing, the light, it could not last for like just a week. So see,
Vigilante died off and they never came back on.
No, yes. The security, the vigilante in that area also when I traveled this December. So the man now told me, after a week, say, somebody they don't know, so they just come to come and see that
like they came and removed everything. Street lighting, solar panel.
Yeah, maybe solar panel. I don't know what they use to power the light. Maybe street, maybe something. No, so that thing remind me of when they go there. Maybe that thing they don't even pay for it. Maybe they just go and borrow it for a week. They just pay for a week. You understand? And then within a week, if this man is going through that every single day, and then you did something and it's not last for 2 weeks. Why can't you call them out? Why can't he act? So what happened to this life?
Yes, you were paid government money, people's money.
Yes, you were paid.
After a week, everything is gone. They won't.
And everything is gone. The vigilante told me, they don't. I said, this man cannot say that he don't know about it. If you put the light there and then the light did not last for a week or a month, let's say a month, and then you don't call anyone out and say, what happened? Kilo shele, you know one I don't know, maybe you understand what I'm
Baba. I get it.
And then look at this Ogogo, these people, they've been there for so long with their fake lives. And then how come they still don't know better things for Nigeria?
They are all there to take their turn.
They are just there. So because he came out to do that video now for him to get maybe something Bele, I don't know how you call it.
The Bele lecturers.
The Bele lecturers. So that after that, the next day, maybe
these are the people whose bellies really controls their thinking. These are the people who call the Bele lecturers. Okay? They will look like they are responsible. They will look like educated, but now their stomach, they control them.
Their stomach. Okay, look at this end. Why go there? Why not go there again and say,
go do the video that there is no light.
The video that say, what happened? This thing you do to last month, there is no more light here. You understand? I don't know, maybe you are getting it.
I get you, Baba. I know, so I know they are.
Why don't you go there and say, this and that? If not, they are not doing for Bele lecture.
It's unfortunate, Baba.
Look at everything that's still going on in Nigeria. Some of them, they pretend that they don't see. Look at, the people that their family, they stole all Nigeria money. And they come and tell me and you that I want Baba Tiwa to re-opportunity like Fayose, Aburo Fayose. I don't want to mention. I don't want to
even know what he does for a living.
I don't even know. He says 19 so his father. Look at this. I want that one come out and tell us that you don't know. You don't know what okay.
Yes. Yes. Who never really stole public money. Or never have a chance of doing it, right? And say, see, Baba, it is well.
I'm not gonna lie. If I put 1 hour, if my daddy just stay under the AC for 2-3 minutes, he will snort his head off.
I know.
Because Cosino Lawson, EBT with this guy that said that for like 3 years now. If you remember, there was one video that the king saw money. He joined the money together to put on Kewa Wasiwa and the net.
I know. I remember that guy. That guy wearing that. They call him king. Is he actually a king, sir?
Yeah, it's my king.
He's just a guy that just made himself king.
No. It's a king. It's a king.
He's a real king, Abi, that dresses like that and was spreads. Oh, dear.
He's a real king. And then now in his village now, where he becomes, where is a kingdom. Therefore, for like 3 years now, no light.
Shame.
No light on that.
Yes,
so brother, it's just a lot. Like the solar, one thing I wanted to say is about the solar thing. I say,
you have really raised something very vital, and you are very specific too, right?
And then I have one solar in Nigeria. I have one girl in Nigeria. This thing you just say, I did 5 million. I put solar. My daughter there, she don't know whether there is no light.
When they told me that thing, I was like, that's great.
Yeah,
I had to save
paid
money
5 million. This December, I paid 5 million. Although the guy still scam me, but for now, since my guy didn't know whether there is light, whether there is no light,
whether the power have light or not, how much they sell petrol.
Because you know how much. I mean, I pay a lot of money to go. They say I have to go and get light. Light is somewhere. I bought a wire. After that, one guy just come and say no. I have to put end to this, and I did the solar. It cost me 5 million naira.
Yeah.
But now, since then, I don't know whether I have like 3 solar.
You never worry or bother yourself about their lights.
No, I don't know whether they say they open the defense. If anybody want to come down, then Wi-Fi is there 24 hours. I got a Wi-Fi there in Nigeria. They call it internet. It's very, very good. If anyone wants it for their family in Nigeria, I swear. 24 hours, the Wi-Fi is there, light is there. Let's just because
God bless
our people either.
I know.
Thank you.
Let me take another one. You should be. You have a good evening, sir. Thank you so much. Okay. But that's beautiful. If you are from Ogun State, for example, you see those areas I just mentioned, like areas where people actually have no electricity. I'm talking about electricity for months. I have another caller. Hello there.
Hello, Mayegu.
Baba.
Good evening.
Good evening to you.
How is everything?
Well, I do. I can't complain.
How is family, your children, your wife?
We are grateful, Baba. And how is yours? How is everybody?
Fine. My regards to your wife.
Thank you.
My regards to your family and your kids.
And to you.
What you are doing in Mayegu is one in a million.
I deal with you. You will need to leave that TV right now and let me and you talk, okay? Because that can be a little bit delayed.
Okay.
So yeah, let's eat it. Go on, Baba.
All right, very good. You know what is happening, Nigerians and Onyema airpiece. What is happening? Can you hear me?
Loud and clear.
Yes, what is happening between Nigeria and Onyema is that hatred. I wrote a comment earlier on the program. Nigerians never like Igbo.
Of course.
They hate Igbo and they do everything possible to crush Igbo man from rising.
Advancement of any Igbo in a way, except the ones they selectively want to move.
Yeah, except the ones that is working with the establishment. If you're not under the establishment, they will kick you out.
You will fight. It's going to be like war for you to survive.
Yeah,
your business in that contraption. It's intentional.
Imagine what Airpeace is going on. Look at Airpeace. Look at Airpeace. Airpeace is not everywhere. But Nigerian government never wanted him to rise. Just look at.
They did everything.
Just look at what is going on in Nigeria.
6 years, about 6 years.
The man will spend money that maybe nothing else will spend to get that approval. Airpeace will spend it times 7 before they will approve him.
He said something about bringing IATA with that cost them about $200 million just to try and kind of get this one, get that one, all of that stuff.
Yeah, and he said already before then he was IATA tested. If he can go back to that, yes. Before he said that, yes, but Nigerian government asked him to go back again, so that he will pay more money. Just imagine. He said it. He said he's IATA tested.
He did. He said it.
But they asked him to go back. So this is
somebody
one thing
what Keyamo said there, right? When Keyamo said, this is our own, we need to give them this and give them that. This was supposed to have happened years ago. And guess what, right? They would have possibly just won a very big star award. Nigeria would have won a big star award on aviation. And Igbo man could have saved there from the forex crisis that now enveloped the country now. If it's not too late.
Yes.
But that would be too much.
Yes, my
Igbo man to save us. No, we don't want Igbo man. No, it can't happen.
Yeah.
Or you are holding somebody down.
Never.
You say you know they go anywhere. But you be all Denny. You say no they go anywhere now.
Yeah,
you don't know.
You are holding yourself.
You hold me down now. You say you are not going anywhere. I tell you, you are not going anywhere. I say, okay, fine, okay. You are not going anywhere.
My prayer to you is that this thing you are doing, you bring out your time to do this thing every day. And imagine Nigeria gives you a topic for you to say every day. God will reward you because you will open the eyes of those that feel that maybe they will overcome it. It's a lie. You are doing a very wonderful job.
Thank you so much.
And I believe your message is going very far, deeper than we expected. You know,
that's all we wish for.
And
so that
bring
all
up
of
my
us
son.
not just take the message. Sure, you get. We become better too. Go on.
I bring up my time every day. I watch a program. Even sometimes you do two programs in a day. I watch the 2 programs every day. I connect myself because I know what you have been doing. I know. I see it. I follow you a long time ago. You are doing a wonderful job.
Thanks so much, Baba.
I'm telling you, and God will reward you abundantly.
Amen. Oh, God bless you.
There was a time I called you last time.
Yes.
I called you last time. About we living in Dubai. Yes. Then I lost my signal. I was the one that was calling you. That was in the last 4 days.
I do. Yes, I think I lost you that day. And did I ever get you back?
Yeah.
Or I never did.
To go back. I tried to go back, but people are calling. So I just give up.
I know. I'm so sorry. You see, I'm glad that you are calling from Dubai today because you are a living witness, especially on this platform, right? Of bad government or bad governance and the consequences of it.
Yes. There was a building that got flamed here in UAE, in Cheddar side of UAE, Sharjah. They call it a Gulf Tower. And the Nigerians and the Uganda, it got burnt. And Nigerians and Uganda and other nationalities are in that building. So because of that fire, they are now.
I'm with you. Continue. What in God's heaven just happened now that he's about to just share with us this important part and he started skipping. Mazi, nobody heard all you said. Okay, when you wanted to start talking about the Nigerians, I said, what happened to them? the Nigerians in that building and all that. We did not hear you anymore. Do you mind repeating that? What happened now?
Yeah. But
can you hear me? I know you can hear me, but for some reason, the line began to sort of skip and skip. I can't hear anything you say. I know, Baba. I am so sorry, okay? I wish probably you would have to try again and call back and see if this comes better. It is, yeah. No way, man. I'm so interested in what he is saying there. No, this is disappointing. I'll take another one, okay? And that's something that I really want to hear, okay? About the supposed Nigerians in the building that got bombed and follow up our story on that. Okay. I have another.
Hello, Maiden.
Hello, sir. How are you?
Chief Adiola from Canada. How are you?
I am very well. Did you say Adiola from Canada?
Chief Adiola from.
That is a chief Adiola from Canada. See, I have this Adiola friend of mine in the UK, in London, and sometimes he sneaks on me like that. Okay, Chief, it's really good to hear from you again. How are you, sir?
I'm well. Thank you for a very good job that you are doing. This is another expose, as you usually refer to. Fantastic. So I want to make some comment around a few things.
Please, yeah, go on, sir.
The issue of airpace, fantastic news for Nigeria. Let's disregard those people. They are just that is what Nigeria has made of her people. We don't see good in anything. We look from the negative side of everything. My only concern for Chief Allen is the fact that the system have not arrested or cautioned all the people that stood on his way. Makes it look like it's going to happen again. And that is the Nigeria that I know. You notice that everybody back off now, they keep quiet, but they are working. They are evil people. See, the issue of airline, look at it this way. Why is it that around the world, everybody can buy ticket online? All these years, nobody can buy Nigerian ticket online. You have to go to an agent or somebody else. They determine it. They are part of that cartel. That is what they do. Many people fly free on those exorbitant prices they charge an average Nigerian. And that has been going on for the past 50-something years that I've been alive. I know families that get free ticket on BA, whereas Nigerians are paying 15 million to go to the UK.
Sweat.
They get free ticket because they live on Nigerian sweat. They enjoy the goodness of Nigeria by making sure the ordinary people are suffering. That is it. So I fear that at the end of the day, if the Siricas of this world are still working free with all they have done to this man, then where is the assurance that it will not happen again? Either now or in future, it will definitely happen again.
Because
don't be surprised.
Imagine a big business like that. That was supposed to be like
capital intensive,
country, right? In a local country,
capital intensive.
Sir,
that
go on, sir. Yeah, go on, sir.
That man, his venture alone can change the fortune of thousands of Nigerians. There are so many businesses associated with flying. The Forero you see, the multinational you see there are businesses that will thrive as a result of that venture. But Nigeria don't want anything to thrive. That is why some people will give 90 billion for people to go to Hajj. 90 billion naira subsidy. Just for
And this
group
after
of
the people have already
for,
paid 4.9 million. No.
yes,
Individually.
for political reasons.
Sir, and now
They have,
they are subsidizing. That's federal government, by
yes.
All the other states, all the other states who are subsidizing the Hajj, sir. If you combine all of their money together,
correct.
that is 56 billion coming from states.
How will Nigeria work? How will Nigeria work with that kind of mentality?
Mindset.
How will Nigeria work? It will never work. We're wasting time. See, there are 3 categories of wicked people in Nigeria. Our politicians, the business side of it, which is the Dangote of this world, the capitalists of this world, and the church. Those are the 3 categories that is keeping our nation down. And they will never, if we are not strong, they will never make our nation thrive. They will never let go. People have been living on government. Look at Wike, look at El-Rufai. What is their day job? They have no other job apart from government.
Job, sir. They have no
patronage. Patronage. So when they capture this category, see, when I listen to the minister, the Bekelemes guy, when I listen to him talking about electricity, you can tell that's the man, that's a former CBN deputy governor.
I swear, sir.
That's a man that wanted. That's a man that wanted to be a government elected. You can see.
What do you call that place again? Bodija. You will never believe that this guy actually had one of the best educations that money can buy. This guy.
He made first class, and he spoke like somebody that didn't go to school at all.
I swear, sir.
He's relating a country without electricity. And you can see him sweating by putting out points that doesn't make sense.
Foolishly loud, sir.
Foolishly. That's a man that wants to be a governor in
your state, sir.
You see, look at the prince that you showed that is doing well in Adamawa State, talking about renewable energy or not. Yes, they will not go to him. No. They don't like education. They don't like when you are confident in what you do without patronizing them. You have become their enemy. That is a man that can change the fortune of our nation. Tesla today. Tesla today is one of the richest in the world. He discovered a new venture that turned the whole world around.
And the whole world is actually taking the vibe as we speak right now. But guess what?
And that's correct.
See, this Elon Musk, sir, is one of the highest or the biggest beneficiary of the US government.
That's right. That is right.
And he's the
world
biggest as we speak right now when it comes to this space travel and all of that. All of that because somebody had a dream and there is a government to back it for the sake of generations.
No.
Look at it today, sir.
Everything in Nigeria will relate to religion. It will relate to ethnicity. They don't care about the progress of the nation. They look at everything from the lens. See, Denmark, there's a medication called Ozempic. Ozempic today, the whole world, because it's this weight-regulated medication, the economy of Denmark is booming today because of just Ozempic. The whole world. You see, the demand, they have years paid ahead.
Years of orders that they still have to fulfill.
Order that is not yet filled. That is a society that will thrive, not our society. We're talking about 5,000 megawatts, and our minister is sweating like a goat because it's telling us to switch off freezer. And he was even making an example of Western world. I'm sure you have not lived there. Who is going to remove light? A lot of businesses here, they don't have generator. I have never seen generator in this land. And you that is even on and off, Dakudaji electricity, you are talking about.
That with so much confidence, that with so much palpitation. Like
that man made first class. That man made first class in school, but his brain is not first class.
I swear, Baba.
He was just jumping around.
Chief.
God bless you.
And you too,
keep bringing things to the world.
I will.
Have a nice day.
And you too,
Bye-bye.
Chief. Thank you so much. You have a good one, sir. All right. That's a beautiful one there. I love that. And God bless all of you for taking your time out to actually really call in, to add your voice and your voices, letting my viewers, my friends, to also not only seeing things from the perspective I've presented them, but seeing even more from how many of you are actually calling in to have different perspective to the chart. It makes it more interesting. People have told me that many times. And you can be the next person on the line. You just have to make use of that number on the screen, okay? It is a WhatsApp direct, or you can call directly, or you can call the WhatsApp. Now, if you haven't really liked this broadcast, you know you can do that. You can be prosecuted for that. You know you can be prosecuted for that. I'm just joking, okay? Please take a moment, all right? Take a moment and leave the comment section, okay? Like the broadcast. You only have to do it once. I promise you, just once. Once is okay, right? And if you have done it, don't do it again. Now let's take another call, ladies and gentlemen. Here is another call on the line, and that will be, hello.
Hello, Baba Marigo.
Hello, sir. How are you?
How you doing?
I am still same old.
Yeah, I'm able to cover me.
So, Baba, anyway, go on. There's something I wanted to say. I'll keep it. I'll say it later. Go on. How are you?
Okay. You see, the truth about Nigeria's situation is it's quite complicated. Complicated in the sense that when you try to be like, let's try and raise it from once, but it just something will just come and just kick you off your thinking cap. I had the opportunity of I have some. The reason why, if you go on my Facebook, I don't bear my name, and it's for security reason. Because we gave during Buhari, I was one of the people that they were talking about. They don't want to see me in Nigeria, which is fine. I'm an Igbo guy.
Yours to that point too, right?
Yeah. It was really terrible.
I mean, we say, well, let's enjoy the club. There are some certain things you don't want to find out, but eventually, whatever will be, Baba. Go on.
Yeah. So as I said, I'm an Igbo guy, born and brought up in Shagamu. You're close to your Adubo.
So you're right.
Yeah. So when this Buhari Wala started, and this IPOB of a thing, I have this close friend that is very close to Oshibaju. And I was trying to find out what exactly is going on with this Biafra of a thing. Do you know what I gathered? Nigeria government, in fact, when they said the Igbo should be, the IPOB said people should be doing sit at home. Nigeria government are happy that the Igbos are doing sit at home. Do you know why they're happy?
Tell us.
They've done everything to suppress these people. They struggle to understand how Igbos are still making it. So when that sit at home started, go and check. Will every Monday the Southeast lose billions?
We're doing the estimate
of Naira
at the point, and it wasn't good. It wasn't good. It was like cutting your nose to spite your face, kind of a thing at the end of the day.
Exactly. So Buhari government were like, let them continue. Maybe this will break them. Because the sit at home does not affect any northerner.
No.
It is we. And they were encouraging people to go for that sit at. Even when they said 1 week, they were like, they should even go for 1 month.
Do 1 month. So do 2 weeks, do 2 months.
Do 1 month. Do 2 months. Because
it was a sort of covert sort of a push behind the scene that when people said they want to do something, and you did not know that there are those who actually wanted you to, and they will do everything to amplify it for you.
Encourage you. Yeah. Because if you look at the statistics of poor people among the regions, go and check the northerners. They are the highest number.
Yes, they are.
Who has got the opportunity to rule Nigeria more? They are the one. Go and check every sector. The only time that you can be like, okay, the Northerners are not much in the power now is during this Tinubu. For years now, Northerners have been they have been the army, NNPC, Central Bank, you know. They are the one running the show. But yet, the poverty level in their region is the highest order.
Unimaginable.
So the people that do not have access,
they are the ones who put Nigeria on the map as a terrorist country. They are the ones who put Nigeria on the map as what do you call it? Poverty capital of the world. Yeah? They are the ones who put Nigeria on the map as the most corrupt country in Africa, because these guys ruled Nigeria for 50-something years of Nigeria's 60-something years independence. And guess what? They made poverty worsen, and they are the most corrupt animals you ever come across. And I'm saying this with all sincerity of purpose. These guys destroyed Nigeria. The only time Nigeria experienced any sort of a recovery in Nigeria's history, they've always been when a southerner comes on board and wanted to show his special, only for him to do it for a few years, and they kick him out.
They will frustrate him.
And they squander everything. And that southerner comes and begin to try and say he wants to put things together. The only time a southerner has been a cause to Nigeria, like genuinely in this context, Baba, now when Tinubu came in, and nobody actually voted him. This is the worst. You see, Southerners always come around to come and help Nigeria recover a bit. When military destroyed Nigeria, they brought Obasanjo. Obasanjo did some few reforms here and there to make Nigeria rejig back, and then Yaradua came, draw it back again. Jonathan came, that one started again, trying to do things, you win, this one, that one. And Buhari drag Nigeria back to 40 years.
Baba, let's even go a little. Let's go a little bit to Tinubu. You see, in the next few months, the kind of fight that will be going on between Tinubu boys and the Northerners. Everybody will be shocked.
Do you remember when I told them that the Rolukus of Lagos, they are obsessed with the Igbos, but they don't know that the real people they should be worried about are the extremist CPC of APC in Abuja, in the north. These ones who wish that maybe Tinubu die, they don't go hide out. They will tell you Tinubu is say no, he must not come to their region, and they will not hide it. But you think saying that will be your enemies? Give them extra month, okay? We're not going to hear from that part soon. Or please.
The problem is that you see, if you, I don't know, I guess it's been long you went to Nigeria. The level of brain damage in Nigeria is alarming.
It is.
The level of brain damage is alarming.
Yes.
As in, you see educated somebody that is educated. When they open their mouth, you'll be like, did I just hear well? Or somebody, did I?
It's okay. Oh yeah, you know that kind of thing. We say, we be that madman we just talk now. And everybody could just be like, everybody could be like that. I said, who talk now? Say, no. I know. Sometimes people should open their mouth so that they can erase all doubts. I get what you mean, Baba.
Ijebani ni sumo yire, omole si wo wa, edi sumo bare.
Baba, when is sumo yire, is sumo bare, omole si wo wa. Lebe omole si wo wa.
Omole si wo wa.
Omole si wo wa. Baba, thank you for joining me tonight.
So let me leave you. Let me allow other people to call.
Just be throwing the banters on and on, right? I know people are just so jealous, like, man, leave the call. Let me call in too. Anyway, you have a wonderful evening, okay? Bye-bye.
Bye.
It's a pleasure. You have a good one, As a brother from another mother, my own name, and you know what that means. My brother from another mother. There are many here. They always wanted to be comfortable because they should be comfortable around ourselves. We should be comfortable around ourselves. They don't want us to be like this. You know that. Say I Joe two and Enitoma two. Wow. You know, that's how they greet. That's how we greet when you want to join any group where people are seated and they're having a chat. That is a group. And when you approach that as a Yoruba, the greetings is may this group not scatter. And everybody within the meeting will answer you and say, may he or she that will scatter this group, never come here. And it will matter. Wow. I have another caller here. Hello there.
Hello, Mayegun.
Sir, how are you?
I'm fine, sir. I'm the one that called you lately.
Right? I think that was the last time we were here that you called in late, right?
From Dubai, yeah.
Oh, again, Baba, it's good to have you back then.
Yeah.
So, tell me what happened in that burning house. I'm glad you made it through again, sir. Please.
Yeah, I even tried to do some write-up on the comments, but I think you have a way of controlling their internet.
I see.
They remove it. Yeah. Yeah, there was a fire incident in the area of Sharjah, another in UAE, and the building is very big. They call it a Gulf Tower. It has A and B.
Okay.
Most companies in Dubai, they have their accommodation for their staffs in that building. So when the fire incident happened, they said it was Ugandans, where Ugandans was residing, that the fire started initially, and it escalated and destroyed so many people. Even so many lives were lost. What I heard, they said more than 140 Uganda were trapped in that fire. Even Nigerians and other people, other tribes.
When did
so many laws?
I'm so sorry that I never really saw any news on that, because I would have raised and I would have said something. Who was this?
In UAE, if something like this happens, they make sure that they cover it. It will remain in the country. It will never go out.
Oh, they have media censorship there too, right?
Yeah, even as I'm calling you now, they may break up the line again. They will try to break it up again.
And say, okay, there are some keywords that they will want you to say, and then immediately the line will become problematic.
Yes. So we Nigerians, we are suffering here. We are suffering. Right now, because of that fire incident, they're not giving Nigerians house anymore. Even with your children, you go to a building to put a check, like other residents, just to take a flat there, you put your check, and they will tell you no, it's full. Meanwhile, there are a lot of space there because you're Nigerians.
But buildings and all that there.
Yeah, Nigerians are suffering here. They don't give us house anymore. I'm telling you.
Wow.
They don't give us house in that. Yeah, they want us to go back, but they find it very difficult for them to come and speak out that the Nigerians should go. But indirectly, they are treating Nigerians like we don't want to hear. So in their minds.
Denying them this, denying them that, and it's easy to
do. They deny us this. If we go shopping with a credit card, they will not accept it. They will not accept it.
Is that something that is, apart from this visa ban issue that we've been dealing with for the past 3 years, right? So tell me, is this a thing that is new, or it has always been like that? Is this new?
This one now,
they are discriminating against you on housing, on this or that. Is that new?
This housing of a thing started last year, towards June last year.
Right.
Nigerians will go to a very good environment, conducive environment, to go and get a room or a flat for their family. They want to put a check, they will deny you. Rather, they prefer you to go to the local part, like a forgotten area.
Outside areas where we are more or less like ghettos.
And our government doesn't even care. Tinubu came here the last time. He said Tinubu come to UAE last time. The people that he was addressing in the room are people that came with him from Nigeria.
The people he traveled from Nigeria with.
Yeah. So at least if the president come here, he will invite people that are living here. He will hear from us. But Tinubu will play politics with us. He will bring people from Nigeria. They will sit with him in a room and they will be discussing. Then he will tell Nigerian media that these are people living in UAE. Meanwhile, these are people that travel with him from Nigeria and they will go back with him to Nigeria. So Nigerians will suffer here. We have to go and wash car in the garage. We wash car. They give us 10 dirham, and we have family, children here. No job. Even when we are more qualified for the job, they will deny us. If you go to the mall, to the big mall, if you go to the big mall in Dubai Mall, the biggest mall in Mall of Emirates, you will see African, Uganda, Kenya walking. You will not see Nigeria there. They will deny us. Right now, they're not giving us house. Okay, are we going to be sleeping in the streets? Tell me, with our children, with our money, even if we have to bring back the money we saved 5 years, 6 years back, we'll still bring it back to pay for a house. They will not give us the house.
Give you, I know. I mean,
so many people are depressed. So many people are depressed because of they have handwork, they're talented, they have children, they are eager to work, but you will not see them, no job for them. I don't know. Our government should do something. You understand? Because this thing happened, I think, to Indians before. Indian government intervened. And right now, even before...
Government, here you get. But when you have a country and a government that they don't actually really respect, do you understand? That makes it even more complicated. It's a shame, honestly. It is.
It's a shame. We are suffering here, Mayogu. I'm telling you, we are suffering.
See, I'm so sorry, man, right? I'm glad you are sharing that with us, and a lot of people are hearing this too, right? So let's keep putting it out there, okay? Let's keep putting it out there.
I always pray for you because through you, this message is going viral.
Yes, it's going. A lot of people are hearing it right now, and a lot are still going to hear it. Yes, sir.
I also pray and I plead with you that one day just try and bring out a time for Dubai people.
I will.
Please.
We will get a time that we can possibly have enough people on. I think we did something like that a while back, but it's been a while. It's like about 2 years or so ago, where people, I mean, you know, people join people.
You will see a grown-up man going to wash car in the garage to feed his family.
Just because Nigeria ensure that their cash, the cash of these airlines are trapped in Nigeria, and you are being punished for it.
So many people have taken their own lives here, and their family think that they are still alive, they're coming back. Meanwhile, they've taken their own lives here by themselves because of the suffering.
Damn it, man. And this is...
I'm telling you, so many people have taken it because whatever happens in UAE stays in UAE. It hardly leak out of UAE, very hardly. Whatever happens here, the government makes sure everything remains here. So it's hardly escape the country. You know, they cover everything up.
Once again, Baba, for sharing this with us.
Yeah, God bless you. God bless you on your work.
For thousands and tens of thousands of other people in that UAE, with what you just did tonight, okay? But let's keep the fingers crossed.
God will keep on blessing you and supporting you.
Thank you so much.
Amen.
You have a good one, okay? Man, I can only imagine this. And a lot of you who are living comfortably with your family, see, you need to grab that your child closer, that you are able to provide for them, and you are in a country where your fundamental human rights are still pretty much intact, okay? Where your rights have not been, revoked simply because of where you come from and the criminals running the country you come from. Nigerians are being punished for what Buhari APC, what they did. They stole the money of this airline. They trapped their money and they choose not to give that back. And thousands of Nigerians who are living in the UAE, they are now the collateral damage. How do these people really sleep at night? Why do you even have embassy in UAE? Why do you send the ambassador to UAE? Why are they still sending staff to UAE, Nigeria embassy in UAE? Why? What are they really doing there? Giving Nigerian visa to Dubai people to come to Nigeria. But UAE embassy in Nigeria doesn't even give any visa to anybody. Not work permit, not work visa, not nothing. Now they are denying Nigerians housing in UAE. Really? Hello there.
Hello, Michael. Good afternoon.
Oh, Lady Charm. God bless you. How are you?
I'm fine, thank you. God bless you too.
Amen. And good afternoon to you. Charm, please.
I was just, because I was typing to the previous caller to say, he should type what is going on in UAE. I wasn't really looking to call, but I mean, after he spoke and you hear, and I'm sure he's not even disclosing everything that our,
he's saying
you know,
you're right.
Yeah, that that Nigerians are going through in Dubai. It's really heartbreaking. He's saying that some people have taken their lives, and even their families in Nigeria are not even aware that their loved ones are gone. So I think we've always kind of like said that part of the problem that we have is that we don't know our history. A lot of the people who decide to choose to be bigoted because of religion and ethnicity and all of that really truly don't understand their history. If they understood that before the transatlantic slave trade, you had they called it the Western, I think, where it was mostly the Arabs who sold Africans, and that particular slave trade went on for 1,500 years before the transatlantic slave trade, which was abolished, I think, after decades as well. Not centuries as well, right? But theirs lasted long. And the reason why you don't see a lot of our people in those places, whereas you see African Americans and things like that, is because they made sure to castrate most of the black men when they got there and things like that, because they wanted the homogeneity of their own people, right? And they didn't want them to reproduce. So they had constantly, and then the reason why I raised this point, right, is for people to understand that these people don't like you. Historically, they've always felt a certain way about you. Nothing has changed. You listen to the previous caller and you hear how they treat our own people, Black people. This is not even talking about we're treating Nigerians differently, because the people who died in that place were also Ugandans, Nigerians, people from different countries in Africa. So generally Black people, right? And then you draw another line to Allen Onyema. You can talk about how we have useful idiots within the government of Nigeria, but those useful idiots are helping the West. You have countries like you have the British Airways, Virgin, all of these countries having multiple operational. I don't know how, because I'm not into all this whole flight business. But apparently
they call them slots. Okay, the slot for flight
slot,
so, kind of, right? So they give it to them.
But they have
and
26.
Say BA has 24. Virgin has this, another, yeah. Go on.
Yeah. So Virgin has 20 something. The British Airways has 20 something, and then Allen Onyema was struggling. Even the condescending way he was treated as somebody who didn't have any knowledge, because generally, whether we like it or not, whether we want to beat our chest and act like, act brand new, like, okay, they don't treat me a certain way. The truth is that the average Oyibo or anybody, I worked in a bank, I worked in certain places, I had people of Asian descent, talk to me like they're talking to a 5-year-old. And then I have to remind them, no, not here. Okay? Not in this kind of nonsense work that we're here.
Don't even try it, man. Please, no.
Just respect yourself.
Absolutely.
Stuff like that. So you can do that, right? But they just generally assume that you are below, of average intelligence, or even below average intelligence, and they treat you that way. Imagine, because when you go down to this Allen Onyema story, right? He was even sent a letter and asked to stop writing them, that they will be the ones to come.
Yes.
Who does that? Who does that in a in a place where you feel like, okay, you are dealing with equals, you understand each other, this person knows the business that you're doing, more is interested, rightfully he should have priority, because he's from that continent.
You get what I mean? Like, it should be there. If a man stands up enough to say, we could do this too. We can do this, right?
Exactly.
So he's supposed to actually get support, but he didn't. That's why he became that kind of ordinary to them.
And that's why I call the people in government. Yes, they can be, and I stated it the last time I called. We're being led, or we're being misled by peasants, people who do not know how to generate wealth. Who cannot make the next person a millionaire, because they don't know how to even make themselves millionaire, which is why they rely on government assistance to be called, one of Forbes' most, billionaires.
Exactly.
Right? Because if they had the ability to do so without the backing of the government, then they'll be able to know how to They'll have the ability to generate wealth and create wealth and make other people wealthy, but they can't do that.
So they can't.
You know, which now takes us to this person that talked about the solar, the Adamawa person, you know, the guy who spoke brilliantly. And then,
go on.
And I'm thinking to myself, why is this guy not the minister for power? Why is it that, you know, according to somebody, you know, we call it Olodo, but some Americans say Olodo.
An extra is a peculiar mess. His papa was called a peculiar mess, who was talking about the mess of an area, and they just changed that to peculiar mess. And I would never believe that somebody who was a deputy governor of Central Bank of Nigeria. I think that one even is self-explanatory, Charm, right? That could be one.
Yeah, but
that's how he became
exactly
deputy governor.
And you know what? These are the things, because I think somebody earlier on spoke about the qualification about him being a first class. Was it first class or
he's actually a first class student, by the way. Or see the first class.
From which university?
Before you continue, right? Remember what I said about Nigerians who are so proud about paper certificates. Do you know who I am? But yet, there is no major Nigerian engineering company constructing Nigerian roads, Nigerian bridges, Nigerian houses, Nigerian this, Nigerian that. None. But they all have certificates that says doctor, PhD, evangelist, deacon, doctor, this and that. Right?
In fact, they don't make any kind of sense. They, you know, like they are inarticulate, they are not coherent. Their thought process is just not, you know, will indicate that they had like a. In fact, I can't even compare them to a primary 5 because some primary 5 people are more intelligent than these ones.
More than, you know, I know. So that's why you would never see somebody like that guy who did that project in Adamawa being the minister of power in Nigeria. No, they can't let that happen.
Exactly. You know, and you know, it just occurred to me when you were talking. I now understand that band that they're talking about. You know, sometimes they try to mirror things that are going on in all these other countries, but their execution is all over the place. You're talking about banding. The banding that you see in the UK, to the best of my understanding, is your energy. Hey, what's the word now? I forgot. There's a word I want to. Energy efficiency.
It's about efficiency, and what happened is that how people save energy for domestic, and how industries save energy too. These are the go on.
So different boroughs and different houses in different boroughs
have it's not rationing money. It's not rationing light.
No, it's not. It has nothing to do with rationing. So it's almost as if they see these things and they say, "Hey, you know, this is how we're going to teach in our country." Meanwhile, they don't know how to do anything. You know, it is clear that this person has no ideas, doesn't even understand what his portfolio is about. And this is the problem we have in Nigeria. We have people who have no clue, who have no idea. And what breaks my heart is that we're still waiting for them to be able to do something. They can't do anything because they don't have the capacity, they don't have the intelligence, they don't have the know-how to even do anything. And even if they did, all they want to do is to steal money at the end of the day. Do you understand? They're not even looking to try and change anything or do anything.
Because we all know all they are doing is also intentional too. Because even if they do know what is right to be done, right, they will still take advantage of it. That's how
they still take advantage of it.
Lady.
So anyway, like I said, I really, you know, with regards to Dangote, we all know what he is. He's not a billionaire in any way, shape, or form. No. He doesn't create wealth. The wealth that he has is not even a wealth that he created for himself. It's the wealth that is propped up by the Nigerian government, by our money, by our resources, by the monopoly that the Nigerian government allows him to have. You know, and then Allen Onyema, I really pray for him, because I know that a lot of people feel like, obviously, he has a target on his back, right? But I just pray that he carries on. That's the best I can. But I'm
we can only wish him luck, charm, because none of us have control. If it's about patronage, right? Well, I can patronize him, okay? That's fair on my part, okay? But what if the establishment says enough? What can you and I do for real? Like
you and I cannot do anything, you know.
Yeah.
But my God, this is where we need to start being. We need to I don't know, we need to start doing something, because we already know, we've talked about it, all the time we've talked about it. I will always come back to the point that we know that the people in government do not have the capacity, neither do they have the intelligence or the capability to do anything. So what do? The protest, I keep saying the protest can't wait till 2027. This protest, whatever needs to happen now. Otherwise, we don't have a country or anything to even
there is a crash that is about to happen. And also, it is simply not even just about some of these crashes or these happenings that really matter. It's about how people react to them. So are people really ready to react the way they should react? We just have to find out, Cham. Okay? But we will keep awareness alive, as usual. Because it does that.
Yeah.
Right?
All right, but let me let other people call in.
Thank you, Cham. You have a wonderful evening, okay? And my regards to those, those beautiful children as well. You take it easy.
Thank you.
You have a good one.
All right, thank you.
That's a charm, by the way. And I am supposed to take 1 or 2 more calls and we'll call it a night. But I also would love to remind a lot of us who haven't really liked the broadcast. It's important that you do leave the comment section for a moment. Go under that video. If you haven't before, just like that thumb up, right? And go back to the comment section and you can continue your fire there. Right? Here is another call on the line. Hello there.
Chairman, my goodness, Adiola speaking
It
to
is
you tonight.
Adiola. I was wondering that I've been talking about economics, accounting, and the rest of that. I didn't struggle tonight, right? I said Adiola will do this tonight. So how are you?
I'm very well. I'm very well.
Okay,
Yeah,
it's
just
Adiola from Canada that first called in. I almost called him Adiola. I was like, you can't call him chief. And my own Adiola is not a chief yet, so now I've got chief.
No, I don't want all that chief title. All that chief title doesn't.
I remember that. You're actually somebody who doesn't like title. So I'll stick to Adiola.
That title doesn't make any sense. Yeah. So I think maybe I'll just piggyback on what all the callers have mentioned, and what they've said. From Cham and the other callers, there's a part of it, I'm not sure what part of the study it is in anthropology and ethnographically, all those ethnographic studies. Right. You can't expect anything from this government. You can't expect anything. So if you're looking for prosperity or you're looking for, people to be empowered, no, you can't, because, the moment you understand the kind of system they don't run a system whereby it's inclusive. So obviously you shouldn't expect, the obvious, it's just going to be, I find it very painful when people still hang on, they are trying for what? You bring, you roll student loan out. You roll, those things.
Said it is with immediate effect as well. Or you do not have a dime in any
it's
not even a single recruitment has been done by now, Baba. There is no website for student loan, okay? There's absolutely nothing. Just word of mouth. And here we are. I have a poster. Nigerian students are organizing work for Tinubu. Continue talking, Adiola. I'm going to put it on the screen now.
Yeah.
They are already showing appreciation for something that is...
Yeah. No, I know. It's unfathomable that people still think, they will expect any prosperity under this government. It's still unfathomable that, people will still expect, No, nothing is going to happen. We'll be worse off or we'll be in the same position. We will never move forward. It's just the way it is. And for Mr. Onyema, I think he's doing all he can do in spite of all the odds. I even learned that at some point, I'm not sure, subject to clarification, that British Airways and Virgin dropped their prices, when it started.
Verified. That's why I use it there.
It's verified, isn't it? Yeah.
But you have no idea. Yeah. I'll tell you the change. It is so huge. Everybody noticed. Okay. So a ticket, right? Prior to the maiden launch of that flight. So a British Airways and Virgin Airline or Virgin Airways ticket. Virgin is always expensive. We all know that, Abi. So British Airways was carrying an economic class from Lagos to London and London to Lagos for 1,800 and something pounds. That's the cheapest. I saw 5,800 for business class or something. I was like, should people pay that much to fly in it? You get that kind of thing, like, I will carry 6,000 pounds now to buy tickets, so I won't fly. Who does that? Baba, I saw all of that too. But you know something? They all dropped like a bag of a sack of
potatoes.
Earpiece started selling their own ticket for somewhere around 1,900. Papa, Earpiece, they sell ticket for 850 pounds, where the cheapest ticket on BA was 1,900 or so. So the following day, BA just dropped, 800 and something. London, return. Virgin just dropped from over 2,000 something to 1,000 something. I'm talking about 1,000 to 1,030. Like, it was so obvious that it was unreal. People did screenshot. Like, is this real? And that's something huge that everyone should just feel like, oh, so this is possible. How come they didn't do it all this while? But rather they wanted to complain about Isiagu, and they want the whole company to go down for no reason.
I think in order to articulate myself tonight, the system is so riddled with many holes that it would always be inefficient. So, and I'm sure British Airways, I'm sure Virgin Airlines, they've sunk their teeth deep into that market whereby they know what to do. They know what strings to pull. So if we'll keep on going on with the same Nigerian system, I think in summary, the only thing that pains me is the outcome. That the outcome would be ineffectual. The outcome would be utterly suboptimal.
Because it is Nigeria.
Yes.
You would have preferred to say, oh, maybe this is it. Okay.
No.
It's going to increase their price later because of cost of this. But there's still also going to be that Nigerianness in it. There's going to be that Nigerian factor. Can this last? But the problem is it can't, or we hope it does. But we know why it won't, or we hope it does. Adiola.
Yeah, so I think this whole conversation just makes me, I'm worried that you did a session on adjustment that Nigerians have actually adjusted. And that adjustment factor is something whereby I cannot reconcile. So if indeed we have an adjustment factor, then I'm really, really scared. I think for me, that's a summary. If indeed that adjustment factor exists, then I am almost without hope. This system is not going to produce the best of us. It's not going to give us the outcome we desire. So if the adjustment, so if you're going to drop your prices because there's a new entrant in the market, shows you that monopoly can be broken. And the outcome is that an indigenous airline has a way, has numerous multiply effect because it's putting back into the system and is creating more jobs both directly and indirectly. And also because if you take how best can I put it? Because I normally go to Paris every now and then, and I'm always angry because for every 10 cars I see in Paris, at least 6 to 7 of them are built in France. You look at the Renault, look at the Peugeot, and you look at all those cars. All those cars generate direct and indirect employment for their people. Yes. If you add all the 4 or 3 car manufacturers in France, right, they can't produce more than 5 to 6 million cars a year. But it is a heavy chunk of their GDP. Just a caution because GDP is not much. Right? Exactly. They have yes. So if you take an Onyema airline that that is generating forex for the system, and you want to crash it, or you are talking about Isiagu or whatever it is, about them adorning their own.
You wanted them gone because it's owned by Igbo man.
Exactly,
and they're like, what the heck? I'm happy Omecheti actually supports them, so I don't want people listening to us think that these irritants actually have any effect on this whole thing. No, sure you get now.
No,
a lot of people actually really, really support them. A lot are so happy that this is happening.
Yes,
but they are worried, you said, that would this last? They are worried.
Would it last? And And I'm really, really, really scared. And I keep on telling some of my friends that, you know, if you did want to put money into people's pockets and you want to, you know, create wealth for the local people in Nigeria, use that airline. Use it, you know, call their bluff, stick to that airline.
Giving them that,
yeah.
I will say
that is the only way.
If I'm
show
flying
them the
and
money.
flying my route,
Show them the
will
money.
give them my money.
Fly it.
Gladly.
Fly it, because that's the only way you can support it. Fly it. You know, it's because the leadership that we have is compromised, and that system is riddled with so much holes that it's hard to do anything with that system. So in summary, it is that my greatest fear is the adjustment factor. If indeed we've adjusted them, my goodness, there's a problem. So with that, I'll leave you with that. God bless you, sir.
Thank you so much, as usual. Okay, you have a good evening as well. That's Adiola, a brother, also from another mother, and I can call him one name too. So I think this is where we're going to draw the curtain, right? We've had you know, a very, you know, wonderful convo tonight. And okay, I'll take this. I've not spoken to him in a while, but I'm going to tell him to make it faster. Is that Air Force One, sir?
A long time, man.
It's been a long time. I saw that name. I was like, is that Air Force One? Anyway, I'm going to have to ush
I know.
Okay, our time is so.
Yes.
How are you today?
Yes. I am okay. How are you and your family?
I am very well. We are good. Thanks for asking. Please.
Yeah. So this earpiece, good. I mean, news is a good news to me, for me, and I think for an average well-meaning Nigerian, should also be happy for this. You know, but you know, like everybody, like the last caller said that is fear. You know, he kind of talked about his fear, what can happen because being Nigerian. Hey, but why, my people? Why will any country?
Exactly.
Why? Or why now? You know, yesterday I was saying something to my wife yesterday. I said, I have a belief and faith in the tribe called Igbo, even as a Yoruba guy. And I think, like you said earlier when you were anchoring the program, that somebody that holds somebody down, you too, you're not moving anywhere.
No, you're not going anywhere.
So I think they've seen the potential in Igbo people as a race. Okay, they've seen that potential in them. They know that if they can get to that presidency, Nigeria will turn around. I have that belief. I was saying this to her yesterday.
Give Nigeria to Igbo man to rule and see if Nigeria would not be better. I said, Una too like Wahala. How many Igbo men really are interested in ruling Nigeria? Now only Obi.
See, me that I'm even talking, I'm a Yoruba guy.
I know.
Okay? To let you know that it's about orientation.
A lot of people saying it. I mean, I've heard the banter too. And I've heard people who have actually come out to say, come on, guys, this or that. But Igbo man rule Nigeria is something that has never really happened, okay? But if that should happen, a lot of people believe there is some level of positivity that could actually be witnessed.
I'm telling you.
Or you know something, Air Force One. Do you know that even the Igbo themselves, they are very, very cautious too when it comes to the criminal politicians from their side. They will tell you that they have few they can trust. And you know that the Igbos are those who would kind of publicly, if they have the chance, disgrace anybody called political leader from that place, right? Without any kind of blinking.
Oh yeah. Oh, they don't compromise when it's come to all this.
There are those who don't subscribe to majority of their criminal politicians there. Obi has a really rare grace that, you know. So if there's anybody that they will say, okay, any Igbo man to rule Nigeria that is interested or want to, it will have to be that Obi. But if you want Igbos to go and bring any of their politicians to come and rule Nigeria, they will probably kill some of them before they take them to Abuja if they have the chance. Or you are right. a lot of people are saying that the only people who haven't really ruled Nigeria
it is them. And when
why
you,
not?
if you look at them, their history, I mean, especially this the apprentice things that they do.
They know
These
how
people
to
are so
create
tenacious.
wealth. And yes,
They know they know how to do things. Baba. I don't know. I'm wondering, like, how can a real many Nigerian see something of this magnitude, and you will be a pessimist that is going to break down.
People, all these people were busy, they bond them with AIDS. Okay, so I was reading. Let me read something to you. 1 second though. Air Force One. Okay, this was from Adeyinka Grandiot, the ex-convict. So he came out yesterday and he put this out. I'm trying to look for, give me 1 second. Sorry about that. I found it. So he put something out and he said, citizenship class in the Yoruba portion of Nigeria, this lunatic is out again. And I told you people, I said it's going to be out and it's going to continue his campaign of ethnic and tribal jingoism and all of that. But we will ensure, Yinka, if you can see this video, I want to make sure is that you return to Nigeria, or we will send you back to that prison here in the UK. Look at me very well.
And stay there for life.
You will be sent back to that prison. You see, you are an ethnic jingoist and the rest of that. Those who are praising or singing your praises on social media. Murasio, Yinka, Murasi, we will send you back to that jail. You understand? See, look at this, sir. Listen, Air Force One. He said, first-class citizens in Yoruba land, those are the full-blooded Yorubas. Second-class citizens, Benin Republic and Togo. So all of you will be Nigerians, right? Inside Nigeria, okay? Who's your parents are of different other tribes from Nigeria or ethnic, okay? Your papa na Yoruba, your mama na Igbo. They say Yorubas in Togo and Benin Republic, they are second class than you. Because your papa, your mama, they be from other tribe in Nigeria. This is Olori Bruku boy. Here you get. So as only third class citizens, Yorubas from Trinidad and Tobago, Cuba, St. Lucia, Brazil, Guyana, and all those funny places. The first class citizens in Yoruba, they are half Yoruba with Yoruba fathers. Here you get. My son is half Yoruba, Olori Bruku Omo Adeyinka. My did share program control and she gets. Now my own son is going to be up now, fourth class. And people like them won't spread. They're already spreading in Yoruba land, so and that's why we can't keep quiet. We can't. About fifth class.
No, we cannot because
half Yorubas with fathers from North America. Sixth class citizens. Yoruba from Bogu people who helped the Yoruba to defeat Fulani. Seventh class citizens. 8th class citizen, 9th class. This is the boy. I'm out there, but I see because you went jadi. Yinka, Oma fi UK like Oma fi UK le. Oma ticket fún to my padà lọ bá Tinubu Nigeria. We will ensure of that. Oma padà sí ẹ̀wọ̀n tí wọ́n ti release ẹni. Now we are dealing with all of that right now, sir. And you know something? Baba. We cannot keep quiet. Here you get. They are spreading the political because this is too much to keep Yorubas divided all for Tinubu. You know, so it will meet all his friends in Nigeria who are preaching that. Omo, first class, second class in Yoruba land. Yoruba first class, second class, third class. He got to 13th class.
Are you serious?
He actually got to 13th class. There are 13th class Yorubas.
Now, why can't we just have something good out of Nigeria? Why can't we? Why must every good news, every good thing that rises from that nation has to collapse?
I know.
Why? And if you look at these three major tribes, Hausa, Igbo, Yoruba, we all have our weaknesses and our strengths.
Everybody gets out. Different forms. Politics, they use that to keep people divided. So before now, they used to they were trying to turn Yorubas to continue to hate the Igbos. It's like it's a normal thing to do. You have to hate them. Even if you don't know how to hate them, they will teach you. All right? So people like this, They did not know that a time is going to come that a lot of us are going to say, can you please stop this madness and this nonsense for God's sake?
It's madness.
Because we know you are not even doing it for Yoruba. You are doing it because of politics. And this politics has never benefited the Yorubas. 24 years of democracy, our people are still living in squalor. So who has benefited from this politics in Yoruba land?
Nobody.
Nobody. Kind of wear the, I have to wear that toga of trying to say, I am a bigot. Yinka grandson.
Imagine the first caller that called.
And now, I'm a die pada CM want to release we ensure of that. Oma sacro you pay last in it. And you will have to run away from here. Okay. See,
if
go over.
Baba.
I actually wanted
so
to
what I'm trying to say is that
add whatever you want to add now for a minute so that we can
yes. Okay, so what I'm saying is that if we look for areas whereby a tribe is maybe that is their weakest, area that they are weak, right? Then the other one will fill in with their own strength. And the other side also will fill in wherever the other one is also very weak. And that's how we can come together. If you said Nigeria must stand, anyway, you know my stand before. I don't believe in Nigeria any longer. Years ago. But you know why? Why?
We have to stay together.
Why can't it just last?
Okay. Nobody should force anybody.
Why can't it just last?
I know. Anyway, thank you so much.
God bless you.
Yeah, first one.
God bless you. God bless you.
Okay, you have a good
God bless you. More strength.
Family. Yeah.
Yes, sir.
I'm so sorry that I didn't make that an issue. I didn't want to give Yinka any kind of unnecessary traction. Okay, we know what it stands for. They used to teach. They wanted to teach Yorubas. This idiot. They wanted to teach young Yorubas to hate on the Igbo so that they can recruit them for this political adventure. Okay, the political adventure of hatred. So initially it was meant to be Yoruba should hate the Igbos or hate this or hate that without any logical reasons, okay? Other than you just have to, you just need to. It's a normal thing, you need to hate them. Now, since some of the Yorubas are kind of like, are you mad? You get crazy. Like, who give you that kind of, that kind of mind to really think that your bigotry is something you can sell to the real Yoruba? So they changed it. They said those who don't buy their bigotry, they are not real Yorubas. Are you with me? Yeah, those of you who are not supporting the bigotry or you are not supporting APC, you are not true Yoruba. You are not Yoruba enough. Some Yorubas in Trinidad and Tobago, in Cuba, they are more Yoruba than you. Instead of you that is living in that Ijebu, or you are living in Yoruba land, Adeyika Grandier Tolori Radaradan. Is now going to define who is Yoruba and who is not Yoruba, who is more Yoruba, and what class of citizens are you? When the time is right. I have heard them say something. I'll tell you this. They said at a point they are going to begin to have all these brainwashed idiots to begin to attack their fellow Yorubas just to prove a point. Okay? If you do not align with their political ideology and all of that, then you will be considered as enemy of Yoruba and they can do anything to you, even though you are Yoruba. So if they can do that to Yorubas, think of what they will do to other people, non-Yorubas. I'm a deal when the time is right. Because you will never, for no reason, redefine or bring a caste system to Yoruba land because of your political whatever. We know what this is all about. We do. As for Yinka, we will make sure of that. Vacation the law. Let's say Ashewo will go do marriage. He just take a break. You know what I mean? Ashewo will go do marriage. Now break or vacation in go. Yinka, you see that release, they released you from that prison and these messages that you are pushing again. The first one you pushed was when you asked your fellow deranged low lives in Nigeria to attack the Igbos, burn their businesses, do this and do that. That earned you about 4 years in jail. What video me that, and I don't care if you have to respond to this. You see that message that you are pushing? Yoruba class, Yoruba first class, this first class, that. We know where that is coming from. I'll leave it at that. So let's see each other again. So I will see you some other time. My time is so far gone. But thank you for spending your evening with me. And you should have a wonderful night. Good night.
Mayegun làwa mọ̀ làmọ̀ tó dòdòdò. Mayegun dayari Nayibi #1. Mayegun làwa mọ̀ làmọ̀ tó dòdòdò. Mayegun dayari Nayibi #1. Mayegun ti dé o ọ̀rẹ́ ara ìlú. Mayegun dayari Nayibi #1. Lórí Facebook lórí YouTube. Mayegun dayari Nayibi #1. Gbogbo bó ṣe ń lọ ni Mayegun já wa sí. Mayegun dayari Nayibi #1. Àṣírí ọ̀jẹ̀lú kì í bò níbẹ̀ o. Mayegun dayari Nayibi #1. Bó bá ṣe eré àní Mayegun máa wí. Mayegun dayari Nayibi #1. Ó sì tún ṣe eré wàá gbọ́ níbẹ̀ o. Mayegun dayari Nayibi #1. Mayegun dayari politico. Mayegun dayari Nayibi #1. Godfatherism kò sí lọ́rọ̀ Mayegun. Mayegun dayari Nayibi #1. Ẹ farabalẹ̀ sẹ́ o kẹgọ́rọ̀ lẹ́nu. Mayegun dayari Nayibi #1. Àní Mayegun làwa mọ̀ tó dòdòdò. Mayegun dayari Nayibi #1. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Mayegun ti dé. Mayegun ti dé. Ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Mayegun ti dé. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Mayegun ti dé. Lórí Facebook. Mayegun ti dé. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Mayegun ti dé. Lórí YouTube. Mayegun ti dé. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Mayegun ti dé. Bọ́ bàbá gbé wúrẹ́. Mayegun máa wí. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Mayegun ti dé. Ijó ìgbádìyẹ. Mayegun máa wí. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Mayegun ti dé. Bí pẹ̀sìdó bá rúfin o. Mayegun máa wí. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Mayegun ti dé. Bí gómìnà kówó jẹ. Mayegun máa wí. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Mayegun ti dé. Ọlọ́pàá ti ń darí bá. Mayegun máa wí. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Mayegun ti dé. Aṣòfin tí ń rúfin o. Mayegun máa wí. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Mayegun ti dé. Òpùrọ́ olóṣèlú. Mayegun máa wí. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Mayegun ti dé. Ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Mayegun ti dé. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Mayegun ti dé. Mayegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Mayegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe èyí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe. Ọmọ bá dèrò ní fi wọ́n níran o. Mayegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Mayegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe. Ọmọ bá dẹ́rọ̀ ò ní fi wọ́n níran. Wọ́n fowó bẹ́ẹ̀ o. Mayegun ó sọ pé wọ́n ò bẹ́ẹ̀. Wọ́n fowó bẹ́ẹ̀. Mayegun ó sọ pé wọ́n ò bẹ́ẹ̀. Oníkan ṣáàtì ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe. Fáwọn ará ìlú tó gbé wọn débẹ̀ o. Mayegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Mayegun ti dé. Gbogbo
gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnra kì ṣùgbọ́n ní má ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe ọmọ bá dẹ́rọ̀ ò ní fi wọ́n níran.
Kì máa yí ṣe eré ọ̀rọ̀ yìí kì í ṣe ẹ̀fẹ̀. Kì máa yí ṣe eré ọ̀rọ̀ yìí kì í ṣe ẹ̀fẹ̀. Ẹni bá ti lè lẹ́bọ̀ lẹ́rù o ọmọ bá dèrò kàṣà ìtú wọn síta.
Máyégún ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnra kì. Máyégún ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnra kì. ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe ọmọ bá dẹ́rọ̀ ò ní fi wọ́n níran.
tẹnitẹni ọmọ Máyégún ọ̀rẹ́ ara ìlú mọ̀mọ́ ni mo fọlọ́hún sọ ẹ̀ bá kìlẹ́bù lóòótọ́ olódodo ìlú ọ̀tá ìlú mọ̀mọ́ ni ìwọ ṣá máa ń ṣọ́ra kò sì mọ́ bẹ̀rù bọ́tà ń lè rí bóníṣègùn lé káwọn mọ̀mọ́ fi ṣera wọn ni ó ti dẹrùn tí wọn ò gbọ́dọ̀ sì mọ́ bẹ̀. èèpo ọ̀gọ̀ lọmọ bá dérò tàjẹ́ ò gbọ́dọ̀ jẹ́ ó ti dọba lórí àbínú ẹni kò sì mọ́ bùyà àìsíwọ́lu ní ẹnìkẹ́ ìgbódì ẹyin lábàrá o ó kó ẹni tó bá dán o àkàbù. Máyégún ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ túnra kì. Máyégún ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ túnra kì o ẹni bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe ọmọ bá dèrò òní fi wọ́n níran o.
Máyégún ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnra kì. Máyégún ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnra kì. ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe ọmọ bá dẹ́rọ̀ ò ní fi wọ́n níran.